my tea sippers, and you know what time it is. I hope you have all of your crumpets together because it's time to dish tea. And you're dishing tea, darlings, with Big Meat.
Can't wait. It's time to dish tea with Big Meat. It's time to dish tea with Big Meat. It's time to dish tea with Big Meat. It's time to dish tea with Big Meat.
Darling. And hello. Hello to all of my tea sippers, my crumpet duckers, my tea brewers, my pot stirrers, my tea leaf readers, my tea baggers, and my tea biscuits, honey. What's your tea? What's your tea? What's your tea, darling? It's another glorious day, my darlings. I know you got all of your crumpets together because, darlings, it's time to dish tea. And you are dishing tea, darlings, with Big Meat. What's up? Hey, I know, honey, I know y'all gonna give me a whooping. I know it. I have not been here in the last couple of weeks. Honey, we just had to pull it together. Can I be honest with y'all? I really and truly needed, I think I needed a break, but at the same time, honey, I just was trying to pull it all together. Now, last week I was supposed to come in live to you guys, but y'all know I was back home in my hometown of Detroit. So I had to do some things there. And yes, darling, yes. I should have gone live because I was at the karaoke bar with my high school friends and this, that, and the other. But we should have gone live. But y'all go to my Instagram page, honey, and y'all can see I did Barbara Streisand, darling. So that there is that. But we have, we're getting together and carrying on. So that's why I am here tonight, because tonight we're doing something a little bit differently. And then let me share something with y'all because, child, can I tell y'all about Old Brilliant? Y'all know when I say Old Brilliant, honey, that's that bitch that just comes up, honey, in my all brilliantness, honey, in my auspicious, intelligent self, honey, the highest of height, omnipotent, intelligent being that I claim to be, right? Well, Sugar Plum darlings, we were scheduled to have Miss Melba Moore with us, correct? Now, it was going to be a pre-recorded interview and carrying on because she couldn't commit to a Friday evening with us to be live, correct? Well, darling, honey, I done got it. We done booked it. We done this. We done that. We done D, yada, 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 D, and that, and that, and this, and that. I even did the note. I held that note long. I had a long hold on that note in the right key, mind you. Oh. Melba gave me kudos with the note. She said, oh, it was a good note. It was a strong note. I did really well. All of that. We got down to the last question after a 45-minute interview. I got down to the last question. It was an emotional one. We were talking about, those who have passed on. We just lost Frankie Beverly, James Earl Jones, now Sissy Houston. And she got emotional. She said she started to cry because she said she was thinking about Whitney Houston, right? Now, mind you, this is prior to Sissy's passing, okay? She said, I was thinking about Whitney, and she got emotional. And I said, well, you know what? I'm going to let you have a private moment because I don't want the kids to see you crying and carrying on like that. I'm going to end this and all of that. So thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the iconic Miss Melba Moore Do you know my bitch ass went up to go hit off? And when I hit the goddamn button, it clicked on. I did not record not a single syllable of that interview. Not one funky ass syllable of that interview. So she said, oh, baby. She said, well, she said, it's okay. She said, we just reschedule. I said, we will. And I said, but God humbles me because for whatever reasons, this here was for me and you. Okay. And all of that. But I don't have not a syllable of that interview. And I'm evil with myself. And I laugh because I'm like, child, whatever. Okay, whatever. Because I was going to play that last week. I was going to interject it with us, right? So I've been kind of bummed out with myself or whatever. So that's why I have not been here. Okay. Having said all that, darlings, we are here tonight because we're going to do something a little bit differently. I want to introduce to you guys, some ladies who I find to be very fascinating. I was at an event. We were doing the Carly Red Day here in College Park, right? She at that time, there's been some developments, but at that time she was donating some computers and stuff to one of the programs that we have here that was going for children, right? For after school program, computers, laptops, you know, that kind of thing. I was there and I ran into a young lady, and I can't call her name right now. I never call her name, but then I don't remember asking her name either. That's why I can't recall it. I was ear hustling. I overheard her talking to someone, and she was saying, yeah, well, I'm on this program. We're called the Queenables, and we are a group of women who all have been incarcerated at one point in time. But since we've gotten out, you know, we are dedicated to giving back to the community and getting out, and we become entrepreneurs and women of style and substance and this, that, and the other. And I heard her say that, and I said, oh, wait a minute, hold up. And I tapped her. I said, okay, sister girl, wait a minute, honey, because you said something that got me. And so, you know, we had a little conversation. And this is one of the days I had one of my cards on me. I'm horrible with carrying my cards. Okay, I'm very horrible. So we talked. So then she turned me on to Miss April. Okay. And so April calls me and she said, hey. I said, hey, baby. You know, she said, I hear you talk to one of my classmates. And so we got to talking. I said, yeah, girl, we're going to hook this up. Okay, we're going to hook it up. Now, I knew she thought she was lying because I had not got back with her, right? Shit got to go and shit got to shitting, okay? And so I didn't get back with her. Well, we ended up running back into each other just a few, what was it, last week before last, we ran back into each other at another event here in College Park. And we were talking about, it was a mental health day, and we were there recording and carrying on. And y'all know I got up to say something, right? I got up to talk. And so April then put a face to the name as she came over to me. She said, Big Meech. I said, hey, baby. And I knew exactly, I said, I know. You didn't call me, baby. I said, I know I haven't, but we're going to get this together and we're going to make this happen. And she said, okay. So then I was introduced to some of the other girls. So then, honey, I'm telling you, child, the children up in there, now they came to come and impress. They came to show out and carrying on. They came to impress. It was a wonderful evening. And I said that I want to make sure that this story gets told, because we never heard it from this particular side of the coin. And I want to highlight them because y'all know my girlfriend, Miss Nikki Gilbert from Brownstone, okay, at R&B Divas. She had a reality show called From the Bottom Up that dealt with a similar topic of women coming out of incarceration. Her show was different because it dealt with their lives after. This show here is about how the girls are building and taking their message of empowerment and sharing it to other people. It's not about them trying to say how they cope afterwards. It's more so, this is what I did. I can become successful. I have become successful. And now let me show you how to rebuild your lives so that you don't have this damn monkey on your back acting as if it's going to hold you down. So because of that, I want to take this time to make sure that the ladies, you know, they tell their stories. And then we want to highlight what it is that they're doing, because the reality show, I'm not sure where they're going to tell us when the air date is going to start and everything, and we're going to get ready. So without any further ado, okay, because I'm there, everybody getting all ready. This is just Sunny Delight in the cup today. I've come to find out that if I start having alcoholic beverages in the cup, then my eyes start to get, alcohol is putting me to sleep these days. So if I start getting sleepy on the air time, that ain't cute. So I have to be regular, okay, until afterwards. So without any further ado, I'm going to bring in the ladies. Let's see who I have. No, first off, Miss April, girl, you ready? I'm gonna come to her first, because we got some of the cast members here. We got Miss Boss Lady Queen, honey, Boss Queen. Okay, we got Miss Diamond in the house, honey. Let's see who we got. Let's see. I see Coach Purpose is up in here. Okay. And wait a minute. I can't see this name. Gypsy is up here. I'm gonna call her Miss Gypsy right now because I can't see the whole name. I'm gonna have to pull up in the screen. But here, y'all ready to do this? April, girl. Okay, Diamond, come on the bed because you've been in here the longest. You've been waiting the longest. I got Miss Diamond right here, honey. Mr. Coach, you ready, girl? Hey, Miss Diamond, baby.
Hello.
How art thou?
Thou art is fine.
Okay.
Just got through cutting off the hair and done.
Okay, there she go. There go Purpose. Come on, baby. I'm calling you now.
Hey, how you doing?
What's up, baby?
I'm good.
Okay, lovely, lovely, lovely. Wait a minute. Where is Miss Gypsy and Miss April, honey? Okay, wait a minute. Gypsy. Okay, wait a minute. I'm gonna pull her up.
Okay.
Gypsy, you ready, girl?
I'm here, honey, but you're gonna have to deal with my picture because I can't come on camera.
That's okay. Okay, good. She said, "Oh, honey, okay, it's a bad."
I'm not queenable. I'm not queenable cute right now. Okay.
Okay, she said, "We ain't doing it. We ain't doing it." Okay. I love it. Okay, I love it. And hold on, I'm waiting on Miss April because she's been popping in and out.
Oh, you got a Wonder Woman cup. I got that same Wonder Woman. I love Wonder Woman.
Honey, I am Wonder Woman. How about that? Okay. That's how we do that up in here, baby.
Okay.
So with that being said, my darlings, listen, Miss April, are you ready? I'm gonna bring April in because she got a background up, but I want to make sure. Miss April, she's still muted.
Okay, I'm here, but I don't know what's going on with the background. I can't see myself. All I see is the background.
Right. Okay.
So I'm not sure what's going on, but I'm here. I've been screaming the whole time. I'm here. It's not working. It's
Okay,
not working.
right. Because you were popping in and out. I said, okay, wait a minute. Let me see what's going on. But hey, ladies, welcome to Dishing Tea with Big Meats. And I'm so thankful that you guys have agreed to come on. And we're going to make this thing happen the way that we do. And I want to make sure that your voices are heard. So what I'm going to do, because we have so many of y'all, when I get ready for you guys to tell us your story, I'm going to solo you. So you're going to look like this. Okay. When I solo you, I'm going to bring you like that. Okay.
Okay.
And then it'll be you talking. All of us are still here, but it'll be like that. Okay. Because I want to make sure that the audience has an opportunity to hear you without having to look and be crazy and carrying on. And I want to make sure that your beautiful faces are seen so that they know exactly who you are, so that when the show comes on, if they're going to pick their favorites already, they know who to do. You understand? Okay.
Okay.
Now, for those of you who can't cam up, that's okay. because they will know the voice and they'll know the names. Okay. So, Miss April, I'm going to start with you as boss lady, because the idea, and as you being the person to pull the reins together, tell us why this is important to you and how this became a project.
Okay, so I myself, I was sentenced to 15 years in prison, and I actually served 5 years. I was released March the 3rd, 2023, a little over a year ago. And probably around the second year of my incarceration, because I had never been in trouble before, or been in the prison system, just looking around and seeing that it was a whole nother world in there. It was a total culture shock. And so when I saw that, I'm just like, somebody has to know what's going on around here. Somebody needs to know what's going on in this place, what we're going through as women. And so I started my blueprint. And so probably like a year before I was released, I started working on it hard. I tried to put it away, but God wouldn't allow me to just do that. And so it just kept coming back up. And so I wanted to make a change, and I wanted people to see what I saw. Because in my case, the God could have released me at any time. He could have made the judge change his mind. He could have threw the case out because it wasn't right, but he didn't. So I looked at it as me being there for a reason. Either I needed to meet someone or someone needed to meet me. And so at that point, I started my blueprint and started executing the vision that was put before me. And being that I've always been an entrepreneur ever since I was out of high school, I've always owned some type of business. And so being an entrepreneur, that was something, that's all I knew. And before my charges, working in the medical field, that's all I knew. And now that I had this background, something that I constantly and always thought about was how I was going to live after being released. And so I'm just like, I got to train other people to the things I know. So I just started getting into my book, started getting into my training. And I just said, I want to develop a show for people to see what women go through. And not only see what we go through, see the obstacles that we're going to have once we're released out here. And we knew one thing, and now we have this criminal record that's going to be holding us back for so many opportunities. What can I show them? And so what makes my show different from everyone else's show? So as I came up with my little bubbles and doing my little mapping, I'm just like, I want to make entrepreneurship the basis. We have all these other shows out there, Love at the Lockup, The Orange is the New Black. A lot of these shows are not really real. These people never really experienced these things, especially in The Orange is the New Black. They're just actors. And so coming from somebody that really has experienced these things would make a big difference, because everybody wants to hear those stories of redemption, because everybody has been through something. And so once I processed it that way, I said, I want it to be entrepreneurship, and I want to prove these people wrong. They've thrown me in here to the wolves, but I refuse to let Satan win, and I'm going to come back leading the pack. And so that's what I wanted my show to be focused on. Yes, we have done some things in our past, but we are not our past anymore. Yes, we may have a record or that stigma on our back, but we're not going to stop there. So if you tell me I can't have something, that makes me want it even more. And so what can I do? What's my innovative way to come out here, to walk out these doors and hit the ground running, to make an impact? Not only make an impact for myself, but for others, because I truly believe that my purpose is to help other people, and that God put me in this position for a reason. So what can I do? So I wanted to focus on entrepreneurship. I wanted to focus on us giving back to the communities that they say we once tormented or we once menaced to. That's something that they always say, your parole packet, when they deny your parole or something, they say, we feel like you are a menace to society, or you're not fit for society. So I wanted to show that even in the midst of the mental struggles we dealt with as a woman being in prison, the fact that we have to deal with relationships, rekindling relationships with our children, with our families, with our communities, trying to get our reputation back together after the media and the DA have painted you out to be a monster. After doing all of these things, and even things as far as like dating, like how is it going to be for us? So, we need to get out here and we show them what we made of, and that even though our crown may tilt, we may have all these things stacked against us, but it will never ever fall. And therefore
Ah,
we deserve to be crowned. We are queenable. And that's basically what was my drive, what was my push. And it's to show that, hey, we doing things. You said we weren't going to do this. You said we can't work in this field because of our background. You said we couldn't do this, but we're going to step over you. We're going to go a back door. We're going to create our own business. You can't tell me I can't have my business. You can't tell me I can't hire other people. So instead of getting on your jobs, we're going to hire people. We're going to create businesses. We're going to do those things. We're going to boss up, because that's what queens do. And so that's basically, summing it up, just where it came from and how it started.
okay. Well, that's a lot. And that there, wow. I want to unpack that, but before we do, let me go here, because I want to bring in the other ladies to tell their stories first. Because yeah. Yeah, as I'm hearing this, there's a number of things that is coming to mind. Now let me do this, because I want to set this up front. Because anytime we start talking about prison, you get nasty asses that want to go to the salaciousness of prison life, and y'all know what I'm talking about. I don't necessarily want to focus on that. It will come up, but I don't want that to be something that's going to take this out of context. You know what I mean? Because that's not what I'm about. We'll get into that in a minute. But wait a minute. Let me go solo for a minute, because I'm gonna tell all you nasty motherfuckers something. Listen, do not put in these questions and carry on in the comments, and I don't want to hear about nothing about the salaciousness of what prison life is and what we've seen on the TV. If you've not experienced it, I don't want to hear about it. Okay, Boosie does enough of what he talk about. Okay, so let Boosie have his experience. These ladies are here to talk about redemption. We're going to talk about some of the things, but we're not going to be salacious. And I want you guys to understand that. I want to put that out front. And you're saying this is a gay man talking, so that's why I want to put that out there. Okay, so now let me unsolo. Diamond, I'm gonna come to you, baby, and I want you to what sparked you to want to be a part of the program, a part of this, and to share your story in this light.
Well, I wanted to be a part of it because I have a real story to tell, and I always have hoped to reach people and to enlighten them the real walk that I went through. I'm still here, and I'm able to tell about it. So that is the most important thing. I was physically and sexually assaulted and held captive for days. And I was used as basically, I guess you can say, the getaway driver, but I wasn't getting away from nothing. Um, but it ensued into a high-speed chase, and I wrecked the vehicle under duress because I didn't know if I was going to die, if he was going to blow my brains out or whatever. And an entire family died in the car wreck. They charged me with murder. I was given 3 life sentences plus nearly 100 years, ran concurrent into life plus 25 years. They wanted me to do 30 to 50 years to the door before they wanted to think about me even making parole. So I came up for parole about 3 times. I fought, found the victims, and asked for forgiveness. I told my truth that yes, I used to sell drugs. This is how it initiated, from somebody I was selling drugs to, and I went to the store and we gave this guy a ride that I didn't know he knew, and it turned into my worst nightmare. I never made it back home until 20 years later.
Ooh.
In that duration, I lost my mom and dad both to cancer. I was not allowed to attend either funeral. So I came home to no parents, and I had two sons at the time, which was 3 months and 3 years old. I
Jesus.
came home to grown men. So it was life changing. It was detrimental. And so I want to share with the world this story of what happened. And this is the platform to do it on because nothing, I refuse to let anything stop me from being successful. I'm a conqueror.
Huh.
So I am an author as well. I started writing my books while I was incarcerated. I think I published my first 10 or 15 books while I was incarcerated. I have written maybe 30 or 40 books. Some I haven't put out yet. I have also opened a business. It's called Diamonds Culture. I sell general merchandise. I'm also moving forward toward producing and directing. I just produced and directed my sizzle for the Yolanda Diamond story, which is a screenplay that has been written from my book, Faith Over Fear, The Life and Sentence of Yolanda Diamond.
Girl. Wait a minute. Let me tell you something, because Miss Say, you told me at doggone thing. I got a story for you, honey. You sure told me that.
I got a
Girl,
story.
I got a story for you.
Yes.
Sister, wait a minute, because I'm a crybaby. Okay, so if y'all hear me whimpering the can on, it's cool. But I'm
It's okay. I
always
usually be crying, so I'm just the more I tell the story, the better I'm able to cope with it.
I'm extremely sensitive to this as well, because my son was incarcerated. And listen to you when you say, honey, I walked out, honey, thinking to come home, and I didn't come home for 20 years. And that hit me because my son left out of my house, child, with a chocolate cake in his hand and an overnight bag, going to his boyfriend's house to celebrate his boyfriend's birthday. And my baby has not walked back in my house because my son died
Mm,
incarcerated.
mm,
And that was 3 years ago.
mm, mm,
So
mm, mm.
um to hear you and I'm unpacking a lot of it because I'm listening to you talk about how devastating life has changed for you, because in that time, not only did you lose your parents, but you also lost your parenting ability. So you don't know your babies anymore. You don't know your babies. So your babies are grown folk now. So now they don't know you as mama. They got to come and know you as and you got to learn them as grown men, not knowing what they were as children. Not know. Oh, sister, wait a minute. Okay, okay. Oh,
I actually was the boy that I was selling dope to is I was actually going to get my baby, which was 3 months at the time. I was going to get him some milk from the store. And he ran into the guy that he knew, and he was a career criminal. And I don't know if he's still alive or not, but they gave him 3 life sentences plus probably over 100 years concurrent. So his is without the possibility of parole. So he will, if he's not already dead, he will die in prison for what he did.
my God, today, Jesus.
And the story is deeper. That's just the
Oh,
basis of
that's
it.
the girl. I'm, you know what? We gonna say the deep stuff, honey, for the okay.
Yeah, exactly.
Y'all need to come watch, honey. Y'all need to come and watch so that it unfolds. But girl, okay. Miss Purpose, Coach Purpose, come on up in here, sis, and give me your 411. What's happening, baby?
So hold on, because my background is loud, and I gotta get something really quick. Can we go to somebody else, and then I'm gonna come back to
Okay,
y'all?
okay, that's cute. Okay.
I'm at work.
Aha! She okay. Hi,
I
baby.
got club music. I gotta go in my office. So just you gotta give me a second. Okay.
Okay, take your time. We here. Take your time, baby. While she's
Okay.
getting that together, Gypsy, baby, let me come to you, and we gonna make that happen. Come on, Gyps.
Hola, hola, hola. What's
Hola,
up, Big
hola,
Meat?
hola. What's up, baby?
Thank you so much for having us and for this platform. This is really dope. I like it.
Oh, well, thank you, baby. I appreciate you for coming on, honey. When I met Miss Gypsy, honey, nevertheless, always the more, honey. I like that.
Yes.
Nevertheless, always the more. Always the more, honey.
Always, always,
Okay.
and always.
I live for that. Okay. So my darling, I'm gonna ask you the same question I just asked Miss Diamond. What is it about this particular platform where you say, yes, I would love to be a cast member here? What intrigued you to come on?
Oh, I love that you asked me that question, especially with the word intrigue, because when I met April, Miss Boss Lady, that's exactly what I felt. I was intrigued when I heard her speak and the way that she presented it. I was like, okay, I'm in. Like, I am gonna opt myself into this. So pretty much the same. Being, I think a lot of us are cut from the same cloth. So,
Mhm.
we recognize each other. Queens recognize queens, right? So,
Come
um,
through now.
yeah. So basically, I too, this is something that I too saw when I was away, and how can we have a voice? How can we reach out? How can we transform? How can people need to know? And so when I heard April, speaking about it, I was like, listen, I want to know more about it. Even if I'm not a part of it, I just want to support. Like, this is super dope because just like my tagline says, nevertheless, and we come out, while you're in there, you feel less than. And so coming out, you feel super less than. Now you're out on the other side. You got to wear regular clothes. You got to do regular things, but you have this tag on you.
Right.
So I knew that while I was in, I too had that indomitable spirit that this is not me, this is not going to beat me, but I want to be an alchemist. So this was just something I was in the right place, right time, right people, and it's all part of the alignment. Like I said, I saw the vision when I was away. I didn't know how it was going to come about. I've done some things publicly, with my own radio show and things of that nature, with, putting a spin on being justice impacted. But this here was just time and opportunity. And so, like they say, success is when preparation meets opportunity.
Opportunity.
And
That's
and
right.
that's exactly what it is. So now it's time.
All righty then. So, darling, you know what? I'm always intrigued when ladies who are you seem to be so poised and um so about your business. When I met you, honey, I said, "Oh, this girl is Spitfire, honey." Okay, and you seem to be a go getter. So, what is it that you wish for the audience to take away from your story? And as the show goes along, what is it that you're hoping that people glean from your story?
Well, I'm sorry, drinking a ginger ale. As was mentioned, I was always a queen, right?
Uh,
And the crown may have tilted, it may have almost slid, but it never fell. So I just want people to know that you are who you are, regardless of where anywhere you go, you take you with you. This
hi.
is not you. What happens to you is not you. So when I went in, thankfully, having a modicum of a sense of who I am. I had a baseline, and that not only protected me, but it transcended me to be in that compound amongst 1,600 other women with so many different charges and different walks of life, and to see that I'm still a light, to see that I still stood out, to see that I still had morality, I still had my integrity, I still had all of the characteristics that I had before I went in. Although I now have a charge, I still am this queen. I still am who I am. That didn't break me. And so I want people to know that, again, no matter who you are, where you are, you take you wherever you go. Outside is just it's like being a dressed up garbage can. I can have a Lamborghini, I can
Ooh,
be dressed to the nines, but if I am full of garbage and crap inside, I'm nothing. So being away actually helped me because it helped me to deal with and face certain aspects about me that I didn't want to shed light on, or I didn't want to be honest
mm,
about, and I had to get down to the nitty gritty of it all, and say, okay, so this is what it is now. What do I do with it? How do I transform this? How can I alchemize this? But most importantly, while I'm in here, how do I go out of here better than when I came in? Which is so uncanny because many people don't come out better than when they went in.
that's right. That's right.
So
That's right.
what can I learn from this? What can I glean? What can I add to? I mean, who thinks about what can they add to a prison, to a dorm? But that was me. I added stuff like yoga. I added things like mindfulness. I added things like journaling. Different things. I wanted people to see that there's so much more to life, and this is not it. You know. And and
Mm,
that's just the most important thing, is that just how do you transform it, how do you alchemize it, and and come out better than when you went in. I wasn't gay for the stay, I wasn't rowdy. I am the same person. When I run into people and they see me, I can look them in their eyes, I can smile, I don't have to hide, I don't have to look away, because I'm the same person. I'm the same
yeah.
person. It was
Yeah.
like, well, you was power walking, you was reading your Bible, you was writing, you was active, you was positive, you was helping people. I was the same person. So that's most importantly what I want to convey is, you take you wherever you go, and just, the battle is really you versus you at the end of the day.
Ooh, wow.
Because
Mm,
when I found myself in situations, I could have gotten into fights. I could have not made it out as well. But the way that I moved, thank God, I was able to see me, and I was able to see other people and see past their charges and see past what led them to where they were, and see who they are, to see them, the heart of them, you
right.
know. Yeah.
Sis, now you just said the battle is you versus you, honey. Wow. That's the
Yeah.
title. That's the title. In fact, honey, whoever is directing y'all show, that's an episode, honey. The battle is you versus you. That's the whole episode.
Thank
That's the whole episode. Okay. That's a whole episode, baby.
you.
Oh my God. Today. I'm loving that. I'm loving that. I'm loving that. And I'm hearing a synergy here. I like how you said that, Miss Gypsy, when you said all of us are cut from the same cloth and are similar in this. So all of y'all coming into this project almost in alignment. I really believe this is divine intervention, because a lot of you are saying, listen, this is what I had to do to get myself to get through this particular process. Purpose, come on, coach. I'm coming to you now so we can get you in, baby.
Hey, can y'all hear
What's
me?
your 411? Yeah, we got you.
Okay, so what was the question? Because I didn't hear what the question was.
No, the question is, what attracted you to the project and say, you know what, I want to come on board. What is it that inspired you to say, yes, I want to do this show?
Okay, so I knew April through a mutual friend, and because I'm an inspirational catalyst in my community, I would send her like motivational videos and stuff like that. And she was like, "You know, I want to do this. I want to do this." And so I told her,
Oh, did she freeze? Okay, hold on. She done froze up, y'all. We're going to give her a minute. She'll come back in a minute. Okay. While we're waiting, what I want to do is I want to go into uh there we go. Okay,
hello.
come on, cause yeah, you
Oh my
froze
God,
up.
I don't know what's going on. So pretty much, when she sent me her her project and her vision, I was like, "That's dope." I went ahead and shared it for her, and she was like, I really would like, for you to be on the show with Sue. I could be a coach. I said, absolutely. I'll definitely do that because I got a story to tell and I got a story to sell.
Wow.
I was sentenced to 120 months for cocaine conspiracy. So it was me and 9 women running drugs
Oh,
from the Virgin Islands and bringing it up here to, the United States and so forth. And we had men working under us. Now, I've been doing this from the time I was in high school because my daddy was a big time drug dealer.
Oh,
You know,
wow.
sometimes you think you'll never get caught up in a situation, but everybody got a price. You know what I'm saying? What's yours? Now, when I went to jail, I consider as being rescued and not arrested. You know, I
Oh,
thought like I was successful at the moment. Like, yeah, I'm doing my thing, living on top of the world. Unfortunately, God sat me down and turned my boat over. And he said, no, your life is out of control and I'm going to sit you down. And I had but no choice but to sit down because I had all the individuals testified against me in court. You know
wow.
what it's like to have the United States of America versus you? It was me against, it
Wow.
was like the world was against me, you know, little old me. And I'm like, I'm not even selling drugs like how, what's her name? Griselda Blanca was selling
Right,
drugs. You know,
right,
I wasn't even scratching the surface. I mean, we did sell some drugs, but it was not that. But they made it seem in the courtroom like, yeah, they're very dangerous to the community. They are a threat to the community. And I felt like, oh my God, this is crazy. And to see
right.
how the federal government will sit there and tear you down and put people against you, and knowing that I'm a first time offender, number one, you know, I'm
Okay.
not gonna say I didn't kill anybody, but the amount of drugs that I sold, probably people probably,
Right,
you know what I'm saying? I'm
right.
grateful that I was only sentenced to 10 because they was trying to give me 20 to life. And that was a wake-up call for me because I got 5 children.
Okay.
And to know that I'm gonna be sitting in jail for this long, I'm like, God, like I was mad with God. But
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
it was the journey that I went on was definitely a learning journey. I was able to grow, personal development, know who I truly am, the woman that I was. I'm no longer. I'm an inspiration, a catalyst. You know, I'm here to fix my sister's crown. I'm here to pour into other people. I'm here to hold people accountable because I want you to hold me accountable. I
Mm.
learned a very, listen, at this point, you could tell me you sleeping outside under the tree. I'm going to ask you, can I just get a blanket and a pillow? Because I'm that humble. To be living in a 5x5 cell, living out of a 2-box, was very humbling for me. To get up in the morning and tell me when I gotta eat, shit, sleep, take a shower, humbling. 15-minute phone calls, humbling. I can't pick up the phone to call anybody. That's what kind of hurt me the most because I'm in here in jail. I can't even call my children. I mean, they can't call me. I can call them. You know,
Uh-huh.
I have to do video visits. Women can do video visits. You got 25 minutes, and I have to share my 25 minutes with my children, and it was devastating. It was
Oh.
devastating. However, I'm an overcomer. I did not rent space in my head. I didn't allow the feds to rent space in my head. I was
Mm.
free mentally, even though I was physically locked up. I just went ahead and I just pursue healthy relationships with people. God positioned me. He's putting me in places. He's putting me in room. And one thing he told me, he says that your character, your talent gonna get you in that room, but your character gonna determine
Let's
if you
keep you
stay or
there.
not.
That's right. That's right. That's right. That's right.
So I want people to know you are not defined by your circumstances. Everybody make a mistake. Everybody deserves a second chance because God gave us a second chance. And
Mm.
before God created each and every single one of us, He knew what our path was going to be, and He still created us.
Right.
So at the
Ha.
end of the day, who are you to judge? Who are you to judge? We have a real story, and we're going to tell our real story. We're not perfect. We all may argue, have our whatever our dysfunctions in our personal life, business, or whatever it is. But who are you to judge?
Right.
You know, so the world needs to understand. The world needs to understand that even though we are who the people say we are, we're not defined by those characteristics. We are overcomers, and we're gonna break
Mm.
every barrier there is.
Mm.
So we coming. Be stay tuned.
Okay.
We
Okay.
coming.
She said, we coming. Stay tuned.
We
Ha.
coming.
Give it to me, baby. Give it to me. Okay. Let's
We're
go
not coming.
here.
We here. We here.
Ah,
We've
okay.
arrived. We've
Okay. We have
arrived.
arrived. Let's go here, and I'm gonna have whoever want to jump in first.
Coming.
Here's the question, because when we think of going away, and when we think of I've heard, okay, I was mad at God. When we think of, okay, I'm being taken away from here. This is the world against me. I'm just by myself. What was that like when you said, okay, wait a minute. How did I get here? Why am I here? How, the whole playing the "what was me" card. How did y'all get out of the "what was me" to saying, okay, Oh, okay, yeah, it is me, but okay, to move on. How do you come out of the woe is me?
You're gonna, for the humbling experience, rediscovering yourself, pursuing the healthy relationships. God is gonna speak to people in different ways. So I'm gonna teach you this lesson. You have no choice but to look up to me.
Oh, yeah.
So He's gonna guide you. He's gonna speak to you. He's gonna position people in your path. At the end of the day, when we all wake up in the morning, everything else is nothing but noise. So you have to be able to hear his voice and to understand, listen, I allow the situation to happen because this is not the path, the detour I have for you. You took a detour and that's fine, but now I'm going to get you back aligned. The alignment, the humbling experience, understanding like, okay, I messed up. This is not what I wanted for myself. This is not what I wanted for my children or nor for my community. Because when we went to jail, we didn't disappoint our children. We disappoint everybody that was connected to us, our community as well. You know what I'm saying? So when I went to jail, I read a lot. I was led to reading coaching books. I built a closer relationship with God. It was like, okay, he started to show me this is where I want to take you. These are the rooms that you're going to go into. This is how I'm going to position you. But you have to stay focused. These are the distractions that's going to come to you. This is what you're going to use to remove the distraction. I want you to recognize the trick of the enemy. I'm going to put you with this person and put you with that person. I'm allowed the devil to do this to you like he did to Job. But trust me, I had to walk by faith and not by sight. So I had to humble myself and I had to sit back and watch. Everything that happened, I didn't have to respond to. I just watched and I said, I don't know what to do, God. I don't know. I give up. And he's like, listen, I got you. Stay with this person. I want you to learn this. I'm going to put you here. I'm going to put you there. I'm going to connect you here. And I just pretty much followed. Listen to them. I just followed. It was humbling. Humbling. Do you know what it's like to live out of a shoebox? Do you know what it's like to live out of a toolbox?
Okay.
Do you know what it's like when you have 4 panties and 4 bras?
Oh.
When you got to eat out of a tuna bag? When you got to eat ramen noodles every day?
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's very humbling. When you have to argue with your bunkie because she don't want to clean her room, or when you're in trouble because your bunkie, it just is an experience. It's an experience.
Wow.
And people need to know. You need to know. Support. Despite the fact if, you know, when someone goes to prison that you love, they are another bill. Just putting money in their books, sending a card, supporting their children, you become another bill to your family back home. So it's very important, even though you may not have the money or maybe you cannot do certain things, writing a letter, sending a postcard, sending a birthday, checking up on the family, all of that is considered as support. Hey, listen, I know this is something that you like to do. Listen, I'm going to go ahead and set you up when you come up on the outside. I got you. You know, I'm going to go ahead and send you some magazines in prison because I know you say you want to be into fashion or you want to be into a producer or a singer or whatever you want to do. They go ahead and then mail that information to you. Sit there and you apply yourself. You build yourself a little vision board in prison. You start to set yourself up for success so that when you reacclimate back into society, you hit the ground running.
Okay. Okay. Let's
Can
go
I speak
here.
to that?
Yeah, come on.
Hey, this is Gypsy. So in harmony with
So
what
pretty
Coach
much, you know, we here to give it to you. We gonna give it to you raw and uncut. We ain't perfect.
Yeah.
We ain't perfect. You know, we all made a mistake. God gave us a second chance, and we have the opportunity to show the world we're not overcomers.
Okay. Come on, Jibs. What you got?
Yeah, in harmony with what Coach Purpose said, for me it was never, I'm not a woe is me person. I don't come from a woe is me family. I don't have woe is me in my DNA and my bloodline. So I can't say I ever had a woe is me moment. But I did sit in a lot of gratitude because I knew from the beginning, from the moment that I spoke with the investigator in regard to my charge, I knew that I was the captain of my ship. I knew I was the owner of my business. And I had 2 options. See, I was the owner of my business of a mortgage company at the height of the proverbial real estate surge. And I took that charge, but I could have also taken my junior loan officers with me, but I didn't. I took that charge and I took it like a boss. And so I knew going into the prison that I was going in like a boss. and I was going to still keep that boss and queen mentality. So I didn't have the woe is me, but what I did do was I had to learn how to parent and how to continue to run a business and continue to show up while I'm inside. And that is was the biggest mental struggle for me, because I am a high performing person. I am a control freak. Like
Uh,
Purpose said, and you have to wait to have these calls, and everything is a wait. Hurry up and wait. Hurry up and wait. Child,
mm,
hurry up and wait. Pill
mm,
call, hurry up and wait. You
mm,
know, yard, everything is hurry up and wait. And so I really learned so much about myself. I learned so much about people. And I just learned about just, just that waiting and trusting. So, but that is a good question. I did hit some low moments
mm-hmm,
that were challenging, but I knew that that's just part of it,
mm-hmm.
because, it's just life. No one is going to be, on 10 all the time. Um, but I knew also that while I was there, I had to learn, I had to uncover talents and gifts that I didn't have time to pay attention to, or that I put to the back burner, becoming a wife, a mother, a business owner. So I was able to tap into those things and revisit those things, like writing and journaling and things of that nature. And I do want to just say a shout out. I try to do this every time I speak, because I never know what the next day will hold. And people are literally here today and gone today. But
Yeah.
there was a young lady who was a lifer in there. She was an artist, and I asked her if she would sketch the cover of my book, which is titled Blessed Tears. And so she did, and she sketched my side profile with the tears running down my eyes. And as it went down to my cheek and fell, it fell into diamonds. So that's why the book is titled Blessed Tears. But I'm giving her accolades. She's going to get her kudos. She's going to get her royalties. And I'm going to make sure that the world knows that she is the one who drew that illustration on my book.
Okay. 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 Continue to pay it forward and to acknowledge the talent and to say, yeah, you
Correct.
here, but honey, this is not the total sum of who you are, honey. We're all multifaceted individuals. And just because you're landing here doesn't mean that the talent stop. It doesn't mean that you are less than. Honey, look at this beautiful artwork or whatever. You still, I always say that God. They say God don't like ugly, can't stand pretty, but I'm not too fond of pretty, rather. But I always say, and that's because God is a God of beauty, and beauty is always in the eye of the beholder. So everybody is beautiful. There's something beautiful about each and every person. It's going to take somebody else to see it, And this is how we recognize when we say, "I see the God in you," is because I see beauty. I recognize what that is, and I also say that God is a God of balance, because you can't have this without having that, because it's got to balance off somewhere. Okay. And I also say that everything that we go through is not for us. Our lives are not our own. And I don't care how much we say I'm a grown ass man, I'm a grown ass woman, and I make my own decisions and this, that, and the other. Okay, on the surface, yeah. But what we go through, we become the living Bible for somebody else, because our experiences are what the testimony is. When we go to tell somebody else, folks learn from us. So the idea of you ladies coming together to do this particular show, I marvel at it, because I'm hearing where your individual stories, okay, you go to connect there, but also the strength of you coming together because y'all have a common goal and y'all have a common thread there. Number one, you maintain your faith and maintain that, okay, I'm better than this. Yes, I may be in a foul situation right now, but I got to overcome this. I cannot let this overtake me, because I'm stronger than this. I'm better than this. Yes, I'm going to have low moments, but as you just said, Gypsy, this is part of the process, child. And what I say in one of my books, my first book, Awakenings upon Epiphanies Along the Spiritual Journey, I say the process is sandpaper for the soul. You're going to go through the woos and the boo-hoos, the coos and all of that. But all of that is just how sandpaper does when you got to paint. It's got to scrape and scrape and scrape and scrape and get all that muck and that mire up off of you. So it gets you back down to that original shine and get you back down to that original glory and that beauty. So once they look at you without all the muck and the mire on, they see the beauty, baby, that there is what it is. And the process is what does that. And a lot of this that what y'all had to go through is being processed. Sometimes it's and honey, it ain't easy. It is hell. The process is hell. The process is hell. Okay, there's no way to get around it. The process itself is hell. But just like Jesus come up and say, I've conquered hell. Okay. Jesus came up and said, I conquered hell, honey. I got all three keys. I've conquered hell.
Well, I
Okay.
always say the diamond. I say, everybody wants to be a diamond, but nobody wants to be cut, right?
Nobody want to go through the pressure.
Nobody want to go through the fire or the process. But if you look at some of the most beautiful, the most precious things in the earth come from the deep, dark, ugliest, coldest places, like
Yes, yes,
diamonds, like
yes.
gold. But I want to speak to something that April said, and back to what you asked us about, woe is me. Dale Carnegie has a quote, and he says that some of the most important things in life have been accomplished by people who have kept on trying where there seemed to be no hope at all.
Ooh.
And that's what society tells us. Once you go in, that's it. There's no hope. So why do you keep on trying? And a lot of people take on that mentality. That's why 1 out of 3 return. That's why out of 1 out of 3 return, because they come out with that mentality that there's no hope for me, so I might as well just keep on.
Right.
So that's how the Queenables was born, because it's like, what are we gonna do? We got to keep on trying, we got to keep on going. And I think that we all have that commonality, that indomitable queen spirit.
Yes, yes. Let me ask this, because just you said something very important, and April did too, and that there is, I had to learn how to be a wife and a mother again. This particular part of the journey, for those of you who were already married or already involved in relationship, what was that like for you to be taken away? We're hearing those of you who are mothers say, okay, I have 5 children. My babies here, they were babies when I went in, and I'm coming back to grown folks. Okay. What was that? What is that like for you to now have to deal with that? When you're coming and getting in relationship, what was that for you?
I'm gonna speak because I was not in no relationship. I cut my boyfriend off. I said I'm not gonna be in no relationship while I'm gonna sit down and do this fair time, because I didn't my mental wasn't right. And I said, no, I don't want to be in a relationship. I gotta focus on me. I gotta take care of me. The only thing I want to focus on is me, my children, because I was still a mother behind those walls.
Right.
I had to still support my children. I have money, so I was supporting myself while I was in prison and supporting my children. I wasn't in no relationship. I couldn't deal with that mentally. To know that when I call you, you're not answering the phone, I'm going crazy. I'm gonna want to walk off. I'm gonna want to just escape. It's just
right. Oh, girl.
So I was not
okay.
in that type of relationship. And kudos to those who were, but I've witnessed women breaking down, flipping out, throwing shit in the prison, like, because they find out they man got somebody pregnant, or they man, oh, baby, I couldn't do it.
Girl. Oh, wow. Okay. So Ms. Purpose said I couldn't do it. Okay. Anybody else? Okay. What? Unmute yourself, Diamond. Wait a minute. I got you. Go ahead.
Okay. I had pretty much ended my relationship with my son's father, but he ended up going to do federal time too for selling drugs.
Wow.
And so our kids, so both of us was incarcerated. He did federal time while I was doing state time. And during the midst of, I met my girlfriend, whom I just walked away from after nearly 30 years.
Wow.
Yeah, so even though he thought that we would get back together, we didn't, but we found the common grounds on uh having the children raised in an environment where both of us could still parent from prison.
Okay. Wow. Okay. Okay. So y'all found a way to make it work. Interesting.
Right.
Very, very
Hmm.
okay. Wow. Wow. See, you know what? I'm telling y'all, these stories are so important because we get to understand how we make life work. We've got to make this work and make it in a way where it's going to make sense right now until we get better. It's not necessarily
Hmm.
make it till you make it. It is we got to make this work until times get better.
Hmm.
Okay.
I got an answer
Uh,
too. I got an answer to you for that
Go
too.
ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead.
So when I went in, I was married at the time and with four children, small children. Well, children, my daughter from age of about 16 to 8, two girls, two boys. I went to court not thinking I'm coming home, like was mentioned.
Uh-huh.
Um, you know, I just saw a post the other day. You know how you go on Facebook and you have
Yeah.
memories or whatever? And it's amazing you just said that because it hit me like a ton of bricks the other day. I saw a post from my daughter's Facebook from years ago, and it was a memory, and she shared it. And it said, the worst day of my life, came home from school to find out that my mom is in jail. I said, wow. See, when I was inside, I didn't know how she was processing it, right?
Right. Right. Right.
And to
Right.
see that, to see that post, it broke my heart. It's hurting me now, because I'm on the other side. I'm calling in. I'm trying to keep them together, and we got 15-minute phone calls, and you're trying to cram all the "I loves you" and "How was your day?" and not knowing that my baby is really struggling. Like she really was struggling so hard, and that broke
Right.
my heart. To see that post the other day. But yeah, I went in, I was married, and I'm still kind of newly married, about 2 years, to someone who was younger than me. And so I didn't realize that I actually had a fifth child. I was taking care of my husband. He didn't have to work.
Right.
I had two
Right.
businesses. So now I'm taken away. So how does he process that? How does he handle that? So he did it for as long as he could, and he did it for as long as I had money in the bank. When everything
Uh-huh.
went away in about 6 to 7 months, he I didn't hear from him anymore. When I went to prison, he never visited me. He never wrote. I wrote that man
Mm.
every single day, every single
Mm.
day. Again, my daughter told me the other day, she said, Mommy, did you know that I have every letter you wrote me? Every letter you wrote me, every picture you drew, every puzzle you put together, every crossword. I would write them stories and
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
cross. And so it was hard, but like was mentioned, I had to learn how to turn that off, because when you're in a dorm or you're around women, they will use that against you and they will weaponize you with it. And so I had to
Mhm.
learn how to turn that off. I learned when I went to prison, I didn't pull out my pictures. When I was in county, I had pictures everywhere. But because of what I learned, when I went to prison, I didn't share with anybody, my kids, my husband. I had to keep that close to me,
Mhm.
like Purpose said, because I knew how much that meant to me, and I knew it would make me spaz the fuck out. Excuse me. So
No, get real with it, girl. Cause no,
I
come on.
Yeah.
know it would make me because women we're diabolical. They're diabolical. So yeah, it's really 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 hard. At first it was cute. Oh, your husband is at every visitation and he got the kids, until it wasn't anymore. Until it
Mm.
wasn't. Yeah.
Let me ask this because it is very difficult when I deal with men who have been incarcerated and when they come out, because we have allowed prison to have this rite of passage for men. Like it defines their masculinity now, okay, and
Mhm.
how hard they are. But as I'm listening to you ladies, in order to survive, to become as stoic as possible, to almost ignore your feelings because you're not able to be ladies, you're not able to emote like you normally. What the hell is that as a mindset? In order to do you program yourself to say, okay, is this a character that I'm putting on to get through this, or is this survival mode because this is this particular lifestyle is, and this is how we deal here until I get there. And when you got out, how was you able to break from that? Or did it become a part of you? And you're like, okay, I know how to compartmentalize it, and it's a part of me. And now, I use it and turn it on and turn it off when I need to.
For me, I s- from Gypsy, I think you was a part of it too. We did a documentary with National Geographic's Hard Time while I was incarcerated. And one of my mottos was and still is, it is only temporary.
Oh, that's good. Okay. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And yeah, so it stuck with me then, and it sticks with me now.
Wow.
Yeah, and,
Okay.
and and to her point, what just like Diamond said, this isn't me. This is just a part of the experience that I have to grow through. And I
Mm-hmm.
learned very quickly because I'm a person, I'm empathic, I'm intuitive, I'm damn near clairvoyant. I
Yeah.
can pick up on energy. And I learned very quickly, very fast, to keep my mouth shut, to not give away too much of my personal business, and to keep it, I kept it on person. How can I show up for you? Okay, I got
Mm-hmm.
involved in education. I became a reentry coordinator. I worked for the chaplain. I got into cosmetology. I became as active as I possibly could on a compound. What can
Mm-hmm.
I give to this compound, and what fingerprint can I leave on this compound
Yep.
when I leave? And that became my new reality. This is where I am, and this is what I have to focus on. And how do I transform this? Stoicism has always been a part of me. I'm a Capricorn. I can ignore the fuck out of you.
Okay.
Okay, I can see past you all day.
Yep.
And I was glad I was able to take that inside too. So just being able to shut out the noise and just, keep it real simple and keep it real quiet. And it kept me real safe.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Girl, I'm a Pisces, and we are Mother Teresa, Captain Save a Hole, incarnates. And child, this is why I have to keep myself together, because I know I do security, but I never gone into any. I know me. Okay, I know me. I'd have got caught up in something because in trying to school somebody, trying to befriend, and I'm also empathic and all of that. So feeling that kind of stuff and trying to shake it off so that I don't take it home with me. You know, oh, child, oh, let me go here. Because I want to make sure that we save something for the show for folks to come in and watch and to understand your stories. But I want to hear about that when you knew you got out, when they said, okay, you are free to go. What was that day like? Okay, the first 24 hours of that moment. What was that like for all of you?
You're saying when we got released from prison?
Yes.
Oh, baby. That was like a kid in a candy store. I was like, praise him. I started praying. I was fasting. I said, I got to
Mm-hmm.
get fine. I mean, I got to get myself together because, everybody always talks about what's the first thing you're going to do when you get home. I said, the first thing I'm going to do when I get home is I'm going to surprise my daughter because she was going to Albany State in college. And I crochet blankets. So I made her a
Oh.
black girl magic blanket with her favorite colors. And I told her, I said, Mom, we about to be shipped to another prison. So I'm going to, you're not going to be able to reach me. All that time, I didn't tell nobody I was coming home. Nobody, because
Uh-huh.
their
Uh-huh.
daddy told them, your mama is never coming home. She's going to do them 10 years with them feds. He told my daughter that on a Sunday, and I came home on a Wednesday, and everybody's mouth was to the floor, but we're going to pick that up. So when I got released from prison, my cousin came down. He drove from it because I was in Mariana, the Panhandle in Florida. They came and they picked me up early that morning. We went to Albany State. I hid behind like one of the walls and what's not, and I had my one friend coordinate everything. And I told her, I said, Auntie's gonna bring you some. You know, I used to send my children a care package. I used to buy things off of my commissary and send them a care package every month. So I said, I'm gonna send you your care package and your blanket. So be prepared. She said, okay, Mom. So when she went and got her from the prison. She went and got her from her class. And when she came from under the bridge, I said, Black Girl Magic. And I had her blanket and she was stuck. She started crying. Her lashes started coming out. She couldn't stop crying. She was just like, oh my God, Mama, is this real? Are you for real? And she started touching me. And it was just, I got the video to this day. It was crazy.
Oh,
Okay.
wow.
Wow. Wow. Okay. Who else? Okay, y'all know she in a bad spot. DC, I'ma beat your ass. Listen to him. This boy here, when I was incarcerated, I had to focus on doing my time and doing what I had to do to keep myself safe so that I can make it back home for my kids. This period in my life was the most impactful 72-hour incarceration I ever experienced. I'm gonna hit you.
Oh my God.
I'm gonna hit you. Okay.
Thank you,
But you
DC.
know what? I used to tell people no matter, because once I was deep into my sentence, and I was over like the Lifers group, I taught Authors Club, just different groups or whatever to be positive. But I would always tell people, because I learned from that experience, that no matter if you did one day or 20 years, I think it's still the same impact because it affects people so differently.
Still trauma.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
You know, like to them, that one day might feel like 20 years to be separated from their family or to be separated from society. So
Uh-huh.
I get it. I get it. So I used to
I'm
that was
sorry,
one of the
y'all.
things that was one of the things that humbled me into being more compassionate to people and to empathize, because it didn't matter how many days or hours you was incarcerated. If you was taken from your family or society, it was an impact.
Sure.
You know what? Let me share my story. Because I haven't done any real time, if you will. I got down to the police station, and I was there
Hmm.
for 10 hours, 32 minutes, and 16 seconds on something that I was as innocent as it comes, because a friend who I thought was a friend at the time was in the neighborhood visiting a neighbor. We were all hanging out and carrying on. The next morning, he was leaving because he stayed the night with her. His car wouldn't start. I was on my way to school. I was down at Wayne State University. I was in college, just started college because I freshly graduated high school at 17. The car wouldn't start. I called a family friend over to give him a jump,
Mm.
but the car still wouldn't start. So they went to go find a tow truck. I'm sitting in the car. I'm sitting there in the car, just kikiing and carrying on. And all of a sudden, the police come creeping up the street,
Mm.
and everything in me said they about to stop, right? And but they rolled past me, but then they
Hmm.
turned around and doubled back. And when they doubled back, they got me and said, what you doing in the car?" I said, "No, this is not my car. I'm waiting on a friend of mine, and I told him what happened. And they were like, "Oh, well, yeah, so y'all think y'all finna go just take this car?" I said, "What do you mean, do y'all?" I said, "No, it's not about." And what I got upset about was that the police officer, started treating me as
Mm.
if I am just the reckless or thug. Now, this is 1987, so this is we fresh into the crack thing and this, that, and the other. So a lot of
Hmm.
folks my age, were into that street shit. But I took offense to that because I'm like, no, I'm not, and I told him that, why you treat me like I'm a damn criminal? How old are you? I'm 17. Why the hell ain't you in school? I don't go to school. I'm a high school graduate. Click. Okay. That pissed him off.
Hmm.
So now I am 2 doors away from my front door. I'm telling him, go knock on the door. My mother's in the house. Go knock on the door. He would not do that. He
Mm.
handcuffed me, threw me in the back of that damn car. He would
Mm.
not get my ID because I kept telling him my ID is in my pocket. Grab my ID. You will see him. He would not.
Mm.
They put me in the car. We drove around the corner because we had an elementary school on the corner of my block. So they had this little stakeout, if you will, waiting on his name was Ben, waiting on Ben and the tow truck to come back. When they came back with the car, of course, we go souping in, honey, like you see in the damn TV on the movies and shit. So we souped in, and so it became this whole big to-do. Now, my mother, she says, damn it, I bet you they got a kill switch on the car, right? So she comes outside, not thinking. Mama come outside, she say, okay, I know there's a kill switch on or something on here, right? And so she sees the police. She said, what's going on? She see me sitting in the back seat of the car. So she said, Michi, roll down the window, boy. I can't hear you. I said, Mama, I can't. I'm handcuffed. Right. When it clicked that they were taking me, oh, Miss Esther Lorraine lost her damn mind. Okay. Lost her mind. Right? Actually trying to tell the officer, wait a minute, what are you doing? This man came down to my house to get my son to help him. We don't know nothing about what's going on, blah, 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 blah. They wouldn't hear it. They wouldn't hear it. They took me down to the precinct house. It's not even the precinct. I was just home. They done shut down the precinct. They finna sell the building. Right there on Woburn and just across Warren. I was there and they put me in that holding cell. We were the first arrested they made that day. So we're the first two people in the holding cell. Okay. And I'm looking at him. Now everything in me wanted to kick his ass. But I'm like, if I do that, that's gonna keep me in here longer. So I'm like, okay, wait a minute. So he's going through all this apology, and carrying on. It got later and later. They bringing in more and more people. I done got thirsty. I go into this little half a bathroom, and I'm like, oh, dear God. Okay, and I'm looking like, okay, I can't do nothing in here. You know, I can't, but I was thirsty, so I'm calling myself trying to scoop and drink some water out the faucet. There was some this debris, okay, this little white powder stuff on. So I swooped it, I wiped it off. So, you know, the dude that guy, he said, man, what the fuck are you doing? That's my shit. Girl, I thought I was going to get in the fight. The boy that smuggled in cocaine in the damn shit, he just lined it up so he could take his bump. I didn't know what the fuck it was. I'm like, wait a minute. So he kind of charged me a little bit. And I'm like, what the hell are you talking about? Then oh, no, you good. It wasn't nothing but some remnants, did it? And so now I'm panicking, right? I'm like, okay, Lord, get me the fuck up out of here because this ain't me. This is nowhere near me. Now, mind you, this happened at 10 o'clock that morning. I'm up here. We had to wait for the detectives to come back because all the police officers, they're in court. So we're waiting for the detectives to come back. They did not question me until after 5 o'clock. So that's when I got to see the detective, and they made me initial. Instead of reading me my Miranda rights, I had to read them myself. He gave me a clipboard because I want you to read this, and everything that you read, I want you to initial by saying that you understand it. So I did all that. Then I told him my story. So now they got to wait for my fingerprints to come back. Okay. So they waiting on my fingerprints to come back. They done took me and the dude, they done took us to the back of the precinct in the individual cells. So now we're across from one another. I'm 6'4". Okay. I had to duck in. So now I'm in here, you know, ducked because I can't stand erect because it's a little too short. Right? And I'm sitting, I was like, oh, this cannot be my life. This cannot be my life. And then, of course, as we're waiting, I done got complacent, right? So now I done halfway got a little comfortable. Okay, we here now, but fuck it. Okay, I'm tired. I'm sleepy. I said, bitch, if you don't get up, I had to keep telling myself, this is not your, like, you ain't getting comfortable to this. You are not getting comfortable to this. So then, now to make it funny,
That's you chewing, Diamond?
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah,
What you eating,
you
girl?
can some Nutter Butter bites.
That sounds good. I'm eating too,
hmm
girl.
A little trial pack. I mean, well, you know that come in a little box.
That's my favorite cookie. Nutter butter.
I bought the little small box
Like,
kitty
like the bite
pack.
size one.
hmm
You remember those
It.
cookies called Vienna fingers?
hmm
Do they still make those?
I
which
don't
one?
know.
The Vienna
Oh.
fingers.
You know what they do, but you can
Barely find them, huh?
barely find them, honey. And when I do, I soup them. Yes,
Yes, with some coffee. Oh my God, with a cup of coffee. Oh my God.
okay,
Mm.
girl. Okay, right. Okay.
Mm.
So I went through all of that, and here is where the insult get that way. When I finally got done, and they released me, my mother came down. My mother got drunk as hell. Okay.
Mm.
Oh, she was drunk because she was mad. And see, my mother is a street girl, honey. She fights. And I'm like, okay, she came, they got me. Come to find out, when I went to school, because that was on a Wednesday. When I went to school, the girl, one of my schoolmates, and that was in my circle at the time, we knew the guy. And come to find out, he has stole her grandfather's car. That was the car. And I said, girl, you bullshitting. And she was like, what? I said, girl, I said in the damn car. So I'm giving her the story. And then a couple of days after that, he showed up back at my door. And, we kept the door unlocked. Mama sitting on the couch watching television. She said, come on in, it's open. He opened up the door, and my mother said straight up, she said, oh, no, sir. Oh, no, sir, honey. You are never welcome into my home ever again.
Ever.
Okay, ever. And so she made him leave and carried on. And that there, as you said, Diamond, about it shaping you. Oh, hell yeah. Oh, hell yeah. Because that there, I was like, there is no way that you're going to tell me that I have to get comfortable to this. And that there was just a precinct sale. I've never gone to county. I never did none of that stuff. So trying to get into this thing of having to understand that when I went to go see my son, now I'm here in Atlanta. My son was down in Columbus, Georgia. Okay. And now I'm only going by what the folks are telling me. They're like, no, you don't want him down there because that shit is awful. That shit there, no, because they're not gonna look at him right. And then his charges were some hateful charges because they had him on his boyfriend got him caught up in some real shit. Okay. His boyfriend was sexually assaulting his stepson. Okay. And the boy was 14 years old. Okay. Now, when you look at him, you can't tell he's 14 because of how he's built. He and my son, they look like brothers. Okay. They looked damn near identical, body-wise and everything. Now, my son was about to be 30. Okay. And they looked identical. Okay. So when this came about, they got him on that. They got him on. They were trying to say sex trafficking, but that didn't do anything. And it was a third charge because I found out something. It was a Georgia State something about aggravated something with the kid trying to coerce a child or whatever it was. And I used to know it by heart, but since all of that happened and the boy, he got 25 to life, I dismissed it. But that's what they charged him with. So having to go down there and going to Columbus is a 2-hour drive. Okay, to get there,
Yeah.
and I only got 30 minutes to see my baby on a fucking TV screen. Okay, and that's all you give me is 30 minutes. And then I got to sit down here and I don't even know when the time is up. They don't even give you a little flash to say almost over, almost. They just cut the goddamn screen. We be in the middle of a conversation and the screen just shuts the fuck off. And you
Mm.
can't be started. You can't do nothing. And it's like, okay, wait a minute. There has got to be something more humane about this. Okay, but what do you, when you at their mercy, what the fuck do you do? You know, and I done did all this driving for 30 minutes of
Yeah, it
time.
traumatizes the family too. The family is
Yes,
traumatized
Mm-hmm.
too. Everybody's affected.
Yeah.
you know, and so I'm like,
Everybody.
good Lord, have mercy. And so, you know, so those are those are my stories as far as it's shaping, you know, it's
Mm-hmm.
shaping us. And so I take my son's experience and you know, I use that as trying to keep me monitored and carried on. You know, we all had that little thing of okay, that you know, I'm not going to prison for you, but then we all got that whole thing of I'll be, you know, I'll probably be Bubba's wife, if, you know, that kind of shit. And we say it
Mm-hmm.
in just thinking that it's meaning something, but we don't understand what that is, which is why you guys' story are so essential to this particular prospect. We have Enika coming on up in here. Come on up in here, Enika. She done came again. Okay. Miss GA Finest. Come on, girl. I need for you to get on up in here and tell us your business, baby. What's your tea, mama? Unmute yourself and come on in. Okay. All right. I'll bring her back. So now let's keep going because what I want to do is let's talk about now about what it is that you come out, you've had that moment. I'm breathable. I'm acclimating myself back into society. What is it that you said when you found out your gifts, your talents, trying now to overcome the stigma of I got this on me. I got this. I'm a number, okay, versus my name. I'm you know want to get a job and everybody is doing all of this, you know, I don't know about, you know, you suppose that if I, you know, if I serve my time, I'm an advocate for if I serve my time and I'm on the outside, why are you still holding me in prison? Because now
Oh my
society
God.
says that oh, you got a record. No, I've served my time already. Why is it that my record still holds me in prison? Because you know I got to get a job. You know I got to sustain myself. I got to have someplace to stay. I got to get a job. I've got to hell. I need to go to the store to buy groceries. Here, I've got you hold me prisoner, and I'm out. I've done my time. Y'all said y'all released me. Why is that still a burden? What did you guys or girls do to overcome that, to ignite your entrepreneurial aspects and endeavors, or to reignite it for those of you who are already in that space?
Well, for me, I knew that with the harsh sentence that they gave me, I saw it from the moment I went to the transitional center. They took full advantage of it. They wanted to work me with the highest end of the job, but pay me the lowest amount that they could.
Wow.
And so I was like, I could never get a raise. They was never trying. I mean, they worked the dog shit out of me. I was a accessory saw operator. And so I did like start the line, cut the materials for the windows and doors. I mean the whole nine. And I think they was paying me like $9.50 when it should have been like 16 or 18,
Oh
$20.
my God. What?
Yes. Yes. And I mean, they wrote it. And so I was like, no, this ain't how this finna go. So from that moment, I saw that I knew it would continue to be that way moving forward. So even when I went to my next job, I thought, okay, this will be better. Leaving from that job, I went on to be a warper machine operator. That's even bigger than an accessory store operator. Same thing.
Wow.
Rode the wave. So I said, you know what? I got a trick for this. And my first year out, I went on book tour. So it was a good thing that I started writing and publishing my books while I was incarcerated. So once I saw how they was gonna do me, I hit the ground running with my books.
Wow.
I went on book tour, and then I said, you know what? They don't want to pay me right. They don't want to do right by that. Guess what? I'll start my own business, and that's just what I did.
Wow.
Yeah. And because it
Wow.
gives you the relief of knowing you don't have to answer to that foolery. You don't have to being your own boss is bigger than having to clock in on the clock. And I still clock in and run my business. So I work 7 days a week.
Okay.
Literally, I get up at 2:45 a.m. every morning to go to a regular job, but I still run my business. I still write. I'm still doing everything that I need to be doing, but I will and plan to succeed. And I'm not going to stop until I'm at that moment of every goal and dream, or at least till I die, I'm going to try.
Okay. Okay. Gypsy, you want to come in on that?
Yeah, absolutely. Going in as an enterprising woman in prison, I was still an enterprising woman. I did hair, I did makeup, I did oatmeal and egg facials. I worked in the kitchen, I
Wow.
was in cosmetology, I was a GED teacher, I was a reentry coordinator, I worked in the chaplain's office. I did a lot because I'm multi hyphenate. I still do a lot.
Uh-huh.
But I also knew that with the type of charge that I had, dealing with financial identity and things of that nature, it would be very challenging for me to go back to corporate America with those type of charges against me. So being in there, I did have the opportunity to take up. I went into the cosmetology class, so I was able to take cosmetology, and even while I was still in there, I still was able to help people, with the gifts, with the talents that I had, with the networks, with the information. I was
Mhm.
able to bring to reentry credit repair and how important it is to start working on your credit while you're in prison. So we started ordering our credit reports and doing different things like that to set people up for success. So I took what I had while I was, outside. How could I bring that inside and help people to transform that to go back out? So I had a plan. I did go to the TC. What's interesting though, I'm not going to give away too much, was that I did go in a married woman, right? Got
Right.
divorced and came back out a married woman.
Watch out now.
All right.
So I went to the TC. I divorced the husband who couldn't, hang. Got me another husband. Went out on a pass. We took a pass while I was at the TC, the transitional center, because I was working at McDonald's as a manager. Went to the courthouse. Got married. And so when I did parole out, I was given a 36-month sentence, but I did 33 months. So I paroled out 3 months before the end of my sentence. I paroled out and went home to my new husband. I still
That was
had a
you.
job because I was at the TC. So I still had my managerial job at McDonald's. I purchased a vehicle. We bought a house, but wait for it. All that good shit I talked went down the drain because
Mm,
now I was introduced to King Alcohol, and I became a fucking alcoholic.
mm,
Oh, wow.
So I did all of that,
Wow.
survived prison just to come out and become an alcoholic. And I did that very successfully. Went back to jail numerous of times,
Mm.
and then went back
mm.
and then went back to prison. Yeah. Wait for it, Diamond. I went back to Lee Arendelle. You didn't know it,
What?
you didn't know it, did you?
No.
Wait for it.
Mm-mm.
Yes. So yeah. Yeah.
Wow. That's
Yeah.
interesting.
Went back.
Girl.
Went back.
Mm.
All that talked all that good shit and did what? Went back
Mm.
for
Mm.
violation of
Mm.
probation. I was on non-report, and I lived in Flowery Branch. You know, because I paroled out to Gainesville. I married a local
Yeah.
football player. You know, and we bought a home in Flowery Branch, and I was on non-report, just calling in. I was calling in, but I wasn't letting them know that I, gotten a DUI for falling asleep behind the wheel 3 or 4 times. Didn't tell them that I was now on misdemeanor probation in Hall County for that. I wasn't
Mm.
paying any of my money back that I was supposed to be paying. So when that came back up, guess what? The judge said, "Well, you going back to prison." And I went back for
Mm.
another year.
Mm. Wow.
Wow, sis.
I just moved from Gainesville. That's where I just moved from.
I know, mama.
Yeah.
Woo! This is going to be
Girl, this is
good.
good. Yes, we got
Girls,
stories to
girls,
tell. I stand
girls.
on that. We have stories to tell.
Listen to me very carefully, honey. I am intrigued. I don't want to. I'm gonna let you guys do your thing. April, I know you've been quiet, sister. I want you to come on up in here. Let us know what the program is. What are we expecting from the program? When are we looking to air soon? Are you shopping? What is all of that for you, so that we can get folks involved in the Queenables, honey? And I like that you're saying, honey, no, honey, I'm a queen and we are Queenable, honey. Just because we have a past, everybody have a past. It doesn't mean that we're not Queenable, honey. We are
That's
queen. Now,
right.
that crown may be tilted,
That's
but it
right.
ain't off. Okay,
That's
it
That's
ain't
right.
right.
off. Okay, so
Mm-mm.
tell us more about the program and when can we see it, where, and all of that.
So we are we're constantly filming right now, and we're hoping to have everything ready and to drop by the holidays. But at this time, we haven't been picked up by a major network or anything yet, so we're still shopping on that. But until then, we do have all of our social media platforms, and we do have the YouTube channel. And so we're just hoping for it to drop soon. It seems like every time we get ready for it to drop, something good is added. So it's like, I don't know if I want to rush the process or you want to cut it off right there, because, we want these first episodes to be epic. We want to keep the viewers coming back. We want them to see, what this really is, what this is all about. And so it's like, it's just that one little thing. Let's just get this, because this is going to be great. This is a great way to end the season. This is a great way to end the episode. And so we're working on it, and we hopefully it'll drop sooner than later. But right now we're looking towards the end of the holidays, so we could go ahead and bring the new year in right. We want everybody to be comfortable. We want everybody to be cold. We don't want nobody outside. We want them all inside, so they ain't got nothing to do but tune in to the Queenables, and see what we got going on. So that's basically where we at with that right now.
All righty then. Well, drop all of your social medias and carry on, because I want folks to. Listen. I'm in full support of this. That's the kind of told you, me ear hustling and hearing what it was, child. I'm like, no, baby, this got to be, and having you ladies here to tell, to just in the little bit that you shared with me and the viewing audience here, I really and truly know that we are onto something fantastic here. And I'm loving your spirit and wanting to say, listen, ladies, honey, okay, your crown is not off, child. Your crown is not
Yes,
off. It may be
that's right.
tilted, honey. You may have lost a couple of jewels in it, but the crown is still there. You
Right.
are still a queen, and you are Queenable, honey. Stand up in your legacy, stand up in your birthright, honey. That's what it is, your birthright.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
That part.
Because if especially with the spiritual component in this, I would, and that's gonna be those are episodes I already know. I'm not gonna ask that question, because that there is in the episodes of
Keep throwing
how.
those episode titles out. That's why we ain't dropped now.
Yes.
Keep throwing those episode titles out. Gotta keep adding stuff now.
I'm
He is, right?
I'm looking at the spiritual component from however whatever faith they follow, because a lot of times folks come in my experience, folks will go in uh
And come.
not having a faith, and the proverbial thing is everybody want to be Muslim coming out, they power to the people Muslim
Mm-hmm.
going.
Yep.
But at the same time, what does that mean, honey? Because now that you're on the outside and you maintain coming back into civilian life again, what does that mean? How does your faith maintain you? How do you maintain your faith? How is it that it was working for you? So I'm curious to see how each of the ladies deal with that on an individual basis, honey. How many of y'all went to Nam Yoho Renge Kyo, honey, like Tina Turner did, and
Well,
carried
no,
on?
well, spoiler alert, me, Gypsy went in a Jehovah's Witness, honey.
Ha! You ain't got
I'm so sincere. Seriously, I went in a highfalutin Jehovah's Witness.
There
Lord.
she go.
Okay.
Like she said, spoiler alert. There she go.
Oh, there it goes. Spoiler alert. So just so you know, why, since you asked that question, yeah, that's gonna be very, very interesting
Yes,
when I
I used to
shed light
study.
on that.
Honey, I used to study up under the witnesses, honey. I understand what the truth means. Girl, yeah. Okay. Oh, wow. 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 See, a lot of that. See, you got a blooming onion right here. In the fact of in dealing with a lot of this from a woman's perspective, because we only hear prisoner from a man's perspective. Even when they do the television shows or whatever, it's always about
Mm-hmm.
a woman who done killed her husband. She, was in an abusive relationship and things.
Yeah.
But we don't hear blue collar crime. We don't hear I got caught up, and this, that, and the other. We don't hear about my man that did me wrong, and I'm the innocent bystander in this because I'm in some fuck shit. You know,
Mm-hmm.
uh, we don't hear that, and so I'm looking forward to all of that. I'm looking forward to the episodes coming, and I'm looking forward to seeing what is how you guys flourish and prosper. I'm looking forward to seeing the days with the girls, honey, when y'all are with some of the young sisters and carrying on and teaching and showing the skill set that you have and showing how it is. Gypsy, this whole idea of you being up in the prisons, honey, telling the girls, okay, we're gonna learn how to repair your credit. Nah, bitch. While you sitting up here, you sitting on your ass, girl. No, you got time. Let's do this, let's get in order to set yourself up for success. Because the mindset is, let me take this damn head off. The mindset is bitch, we got to get the fuck out of here. Set yourself up to get out. Don't be
Out of here.
complacent up in here.
That's it. That is it. Fight for your
You got
rights. Fight for
girl,
what you believe in.
and
Yes.
you are worth the fight. If you ain't fighting for your own ass, honey. Oh, wait a minute. Okay, that's a word right there, child. That just took me all
Yes.
over.
Yes. Ooh,
I'm
honey. Ooh,
There he go.
oh,
There he go.
honey.
okay.
They used to think I was crazy. They was like, girl, you ain't getting out of prison with all that time. I said, yes, I am. I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna show you.
Okay. See that right. The
I'm gonna show you.
mindset and the prep work. The prep work,
Yes.
Yana says it all the time. You got to do your work. You got to do
Yes.
the damn work. And a lot of us don't
Yes.
want to do it. A lot of us get lazy. A lot of us looking for somebody else to do it and carry it on.
Mm-mm.
Girl, sister, please, God help us.
Well,
Okay.
Big Meech, it's easy to get in a place like prison and lose hope if you don't already have a foundation.
Right. That's true.
Because
Okay. You okay.
prison is
Okay.
made to break us. Okay.
Yeah.
It's made to demoralize us. It's made to just break us down, desensitize, do all of those things to us. And so when you go in there, it's a whole nother world. And that's what I keep, no one will understand. Like, I come from no one in my family had ever been to prison. No one had, so I'm that black sheep that not in it. And then when I tell people what I ended up in there for, they, I was scared to tell them that because I didn't want to lose my street cred, whatever that is. I'm like, I don't went to prison on some crazy stuff, simple stuff. And so it's like, you have to, you have to go in there with some type of foundation and backing. And so it's one of those places. And then when I get in there as a mother, I see 18-year-olds coming in there with life sentences.
Yes.
They done got caught up with a boy, or they done killed their boyfriend, or they done did a robbery with a boy, just wasting their life. And me as a mother, I'm looking like, oh my God, not my, they remind me of my children.
Of my kids.
And so these are, and so that would put me in a bind to where it's like my emotions get all tied up because like I'm thinking about my children. When I see them, I see my nieces, my nephews. I'm like, they don't have no business being in here. And so it's like, what can we do? What can we do to change the game, to change the cycle of these things that's going on with women? We need a different perspective. I walked around with a composition book all the time planning for the Queenables. People really thought I was kind of, crazy. Like, this lady really walking around here. When it was time they sold their composition books that they gave them from the mental health counselor. Where is April? you want to buy a composition book for $2? I'm collecting all the composition books because
you and me both.
Y'all sitting here playing. But I got a plan,
Exactly.
So I gotta make something happen here. And I gotta write it down, in the Bible, in Habakkuk 2:2, write it down and let the angel run with it. And that's I'm gonna write everything down. I don't care how simple it is, even if it's simple enough to say, if I call my brother, I call my sister, they're gonna get me a care pack this week. I'm writing it down. I'm showing God that I believe in everything, and I believe that, and I'm gonna write it down. So I started writing everything down that I wanted, and it slowly started coming to me. And so I started looking at prison as a training ground and not a punishment. And it says, where two or more people agree, I am in the midst. And so I started holding prayer circles. I started giving church. I started doing activities and planning events. I started doing whatever I could. I was enrolled in every single thing. I was in cosmetology. I don't know how to do no hair. But look, I got in that program, and I was in cosmetology. I was in every program I offered just so I could have something positive to keep my mind trained, to keep me doing something new. I even got in a business class to where my professor argued with me, and he told me that Queenables was not a word. And so I had to explain to him my word, and he said, I don't care, it's still not a word. And so I told him, I said, you know what? When I go home and you see the Queenables is popping, it's a real thing, you better give me my flowers. He said, all right, I'm gonna hold you to it. And to this day, the Queenables is here. We're here to stay. And I know he's somewhere stalking and tuned in, So I said I was gonna do what I was gonna do, and that's what I did. But it's just like it's just, you just gotta have that foundation. When dealing with that, and everybody doesn't have a strong mind, and it's easy to lose hope when you walk behind those prison walls and you see what you see. So I don't even judge people. I just, whether they want to hear it or not, it might sound cliche. I'm like, it's gonna be all right. It's gonna get better. It's gonna work out. And who wants to hear that when they're looking around and they see people passing out, they see people dying, they see their family not being there, they don't have that support system when they can't get stored and everybody else eating and they're not. And when they see all the little things that we take for granted out here, and there means a lot. When they don't have minutes on the phone to call, or they can't even get a store bag. It's just like different little things. And so, I was like, when I get out here, I would tell those ladies in there, I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this. And I'm going to make sure I get on a network so it could come back in here to y'all and y'all can actually see it, whether you got cable or not. I'm going to do what I said I was going to do, because one thing that happens in the prison culture, people leave and they say they're going to do things and you don't hear from them. And it's understandable. They're moving on with their life. But what I'm doing is a vision. I'm the executioner of this vision, and I'm gonna make sure it come back to everybody. even the ones that are sitting back watching, the ones that don't think it's going to happen, even the ones that are doing little things to try to not make it happen. We're going to push through, because it's not my vision, it's God's vision.
God's
And where
vision.
it's God's will, he go pay the bill, and he go put people in your path that's going to make it happen. And so that's what's going on. That's why it's happening, because it's not just me. I'm just the one that's running this plan, but this is his vision, and he got, I can't fathom what he has to come. But what I do know is that it's a movement, and it's going to be epic.
You know, my co-host just came in, and it's rare that she does these days because her job has her all over the place. But I'm gonna have her come in because she and both my co-hosts, we all have that. We're locked in spiritually because we all had children that are incarcerated. And hey Nick, I got you in.
Hello, ladies.
But
Hey, how you doing?
I'm gonna say this because as you were saying that, something just entered into my spirit, and I want to decree this. I want to decree this, and that that the finances and the financial blessing that you need to make this go forward is there. And I'm also going to say that somehow, some way, to every person who is on lockdown, who feels abandoned, and they can't get nothing on their books, they can't get basic stuff to eat, and they have to go through dastardly deeds in order to survive in there because they're trying to get a honey bun or a damn pack of noodles. You know, I decree it so that either me or with my estate somehow will have enough money to at least put $50 on everybody who has been turned away, and the family they ain't got nobody, just so that they can feel that I can be as independent as possible. I can get my own lunch, I can get my own commissary, so that they don't have to go through what they.
I got it. Wait a minute. Everybody make a GoFundMe for this and a GoFundMe for that. I'm gonna call you in the morning because we need to start a thing where we can raise money just specifically for that, where we could talk to the counselors to find out who's struggling and be able to drop a gift. If it ain't, it might not be all the time, but if we can do it at least once in the different prisons and in the different, when they don't have a long sentence, they might just be in the county jail. I wasn't going to come in tonight, but guess what, ladies? First of all, can I just say, bless all y'all.
Thank you.
I turned the thing. I turned YouTube on because I figured Meech was on, but Meech, I wasn't going to come in because the twins are here.
Oh, okay.
But what made me come in is because the twins are here. Just got off the phone with their daddy. Today's his birthday. So I had to say, Grandma bought this cake. We're going to sing happy birthday, and we're going to make a video for your dad. You know what I'm saying? And for them to not really understand, because I don't just have one, I have two incarcerated. That baby of mine, he just one of these young kids that don't listen. So he's, that revolving door for him. But I pray every day, I make offerings almost every day, that his heart will change and he will understand that you have twin daughters out here. And that if that ain't enough to get right, I don't know what will be.
Yeah.
But that other one, and Meech will tell you, ladies, my son is serving a life sentence for something that they absolutely know he didn't do. When kids don't, he wasn't a kid, but he's my kid. Sometimes you think just a little, my friend want to go get some weed, I'll take him to go get it. That's what happened. And now you doing more time than the person that actually committed.
Ain't that a bitch?
I'm a witness to that. I'm a witness to that.
My son has a life life sentence for something as simple as taking somebody to go get some weed. And what makes it so bad is, Meech, how we do this all the time. The people that they went to buy the little weed from tried to rob them. And one of them wound up dying. So this thing, oh my God, we don't understand, especially as us as Black people. I'm glad I'm getting to hear it from you women's perspective. I've never been to prison, but I damn sure went to jail because Georgia will lock you up quick. You know, it was about that little dumb one that keep going back and forth. But I remember it was something that it was like a little fine or something. Remember I told you, they gave me a fine when they locked Molly up. And in Philly, I mean, they gave me a charge, but in Philly, that's a fine. So I'm just waiting for the fine. And one Friday night, I'm standing in the door waiting for one of Molly's friends to bring me my little bag of ice. You know, my iron was low. And the police officer came and said, well, I got a warrant for your arrest. I said, who? Who? He said, ma'am, I promise you, I wasn't even in this cul-de-sac for you, but because I saw you, I had to take you. So apparently I had missed a court appearance. This was a Friday night. So he said, I'm looking at this thing. You'll be fine. You'll go in there. You'll probably be back home in like an hour. He let me call everybody. Let me take my medicine. Let me change my clothes, everything. Get in there. They said, well, failure to appear court is only on Wednesdays. I said, you say what? That same jail that they had locked my son up and took him to, you know, days prior. And I saw the guard, one of his guards that would see me coming to see him. He looked, he said, I said, oh no, this is his.
Right.
I said, so when you get around there, let them know the reason why I won't be coming to see him. And I remember laying in that bunk because the lady that was in there with me was really, 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 really big. And I was like, so now am I about to be like these TV people? Now I got to argue with who getting on the top bunk because I know I'm older than this child. But I said, you know what, Nicole? Get your ass up on that top bunk. I get up there and I lay down and I remember praying because I still remember the prayer. I said, God, if this is part of his lesson, then okay. And I laid there and I remember me, Cole kept, my daughter came to see me. She said, Lord, I thought it would be me before it would ever be you, Mom. I said, girl, me too. But it was a humbling thing. But I remember just, you know, I didn't pray more than I did when I was out because I'm always praying. I'm always having conversations with God. So it was just one of them things where I just was like, I got to go to the bathroom with another lady in here. I got to get up. When they say get up, come out this damn cell. And, you know, the little county thing didn't have real food. So although the little 5 days I was there, I came on a day where you could ask for some store. And I, you know, the kids made sure the money was there for the few days. But it was a bunch of junk. A bunch of mess that I don't eat. And I remember thinking, this is how people live.
Yeah.
And mostly like I heard you ladies saying, a lot of the women in there don't even belong to be in. They don't belong in there.
No.
Everybody back in the day wanted to be a ride or die. Well, I don't want to be that. Okay? Got your ride or die.
Okay.
Ooh, I done rode and I done rode.
Okay.
That's a coming to in 2025, honey. It's all the way live. It's about being alive.
Exactly.
Live and living, honey. Live.
That's right.
Live.
And I tell people, if you got breath, just go on and live.
That's it.
You know, you're going to go through stuff, but live.
I think about that song, Meech, what was the damn song? The Lauryn Hill song. The X Factor song.
Yeah.
She said, you said you would die for me. Why won't you live for me?
Right. Right.
I don't want to die for nobody. I got people I need to live for. That's what
Exactly.
I'm talking about. I
Exactly.
have kids and grandkids to live
Mm.
for. You know, this thing that y'all doing is it's amazing. It's
Thank
Girl.
you.
amazing. And I thank y'all for it. I'm
Right.
just like,
Yeah.
these are the stories, you
Yeah.
know.
Yeah.
Think
And
of all
this
the possibilities when a young girl go to look at this. It only need to touch one of them.
right.
Mm-hmm.
And Nick, this is not even the
Each
whole
one teach
cast.
one.
Yes, each one teach one.
This is not even the
Mm-hmm.
whole cast. We have
I
members
saw
of
the thumbnail. I saw the
yeah.
thumb. It's beautiful.
And I'm like, child, okay, this is why this is important. We're gonna let you guys get on because I know you got to get up in the morning. You say you up at
Yes.
2:45, girl. So
245.
so we're gonna let you get on ladies, I want to thank you so much for giving me your time and for coming
Thank
on
you.
in here doing it the way that you do. Purpose, thank you for taking time out of work. I know you working, sister, and making that paper over there, still running the company. Gypsy, girl, your fire and what for what you were saying about what how can I bring the outside inside? What can I do to add to the prison system? She said, what who does that? That there alone, girl, that's the show.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
That's the show. How
It
do I
is.
add? Okay, Lettucey got a song that
Mm-hmm.
said, how do you add to me? Okay,
Oh,
okay, how you gonna add to me? That I love that song. How are you gonna
Mm-hmm.
add to me? Let the prison say that. How you gonna add to me
To
outside
me.
of being
Mm-hmm.
the what we know prisons to be of privatizing? They trying to get folks in there just to make a coin off of your back.
mm-hmm.
Yep.
As you said,
Correct.
Yep.
Diamond,
They
that's
need them
what
beds. They need the beds filled,
you
honey.
know.
They
So
can't make money without it.
I'm
Mm-hmm.
living for that. Miss April, boss lady, boss queen, honey.
Mm-hmm.
Sister girl, I just want to say, listen, let me I'm going to I don't give prayers anymore. I send up praise reports because I believe
Yes,
when
set up the
praises go up,
reports.
when praises go up, that blessings come down.
Oh yeah. Oh
And
yeah.
my praise report is thank you. Thank you for being obedient. Thank you for allowing Spirit to speak to you the way Spirit has, so that this
Mm-hmm.
can come into fruition. And we're going to decree today that this get picked up because I'm easily seeing this on We TV somewhere to where this here is actually I'm seeing it on because I what I'm feeling is in a Yana Van Zant.
Ava DuVernay.
Come, you
Yes.
understand?
Ava. Woo.
Come in here and do that. And this is right up. This is Abel's wheelhouse actually because she loves stories like this. Um,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, more so Abel than Shonda. Shonda is cute, but this is more
Shonda
Abel.
Rhimes.
What's the
Uh,
Yep.
other lady that be doing
but
the
yeah,
Netflix stuff?
okay. So
I always forget her name.
I'm supporting this in any way that I can, and y'all always have a friend over here with Dishing Tea with Big Meat and
Yes.
Thank
Dishing
you.
Tea
Thank you.
Entertainment. And for
Thank you.
WTEA Radio, child, yes, we're the whole gamut. So
Yeah, we
I
got the
thank
whole
Can
thing
you.
I
I
going
shout out
on.
thank
my
you. I
halfway
thank
houses real quick, Big Meats?
you may
I know.
go ahead, but yeah, because this is what I want, honey. Go ahead. You the entrepreneur. Get it out there. I just put your post up here when you said
Yes.
Flow House Recovery Residences offers clean and drug-free homes for persons who have been impacted by the judicial system and who are overcoming substance abuse disorder. I like how you put that.
Mm,
Substance abuse
Mm-hmm.
disorder. Girl,
Mhm.
that's lovely.
I love
Yes.
that.
I
So
love
Flow
that disorder on the part of that. Go into that and why
Mhm.
that's important to phrase that way.
super important to change the taxonomy on the way that we shapeshift the way that we spell out or what we speak into the universe. Just like we are not ex-cons, we're not felons, we are returning citizens who have been impacted by the judicial system,
Come
first
on.
of all. So we got to put a human face to it, okay?
Yes.
Secondly, we know that we already have those strikes against us, so to speak. And I know for me, as I said, I went back twice. So I needed to obviously learn that lesson and see how important it is that, persons like us have that support, have a place to come home to. Flow House is for persons who want it, not for those who need it. We are not interested in those who need a address for parole or probation. We're not interested in those who are, just trying to get their kids back. We are interested in working with those who sincerely want to repurpose and recalibrate their lives. And we're willing to walk you through that process, what that looks like, feels like. We have job placement. We have a support system. We have a mentorship. We've teamed up with Project Restart, which also has an entrepreneurship program from people who are just as impacted. So I had to grow through that to know. So
Yes.
I personally walked through it. I had to go through it. I am a recovered alcoholic. I'm also just as impacted, and now I'm able to do this for others.
I like that. Justice impacted. Girl, listen. The vocabulary in this is everything, child. Oh, we're going to change the lexicon, honey. And we're going to, I like that, repurpose and recalibrate this. Girl, I'm on fire for this. I really am. I'm serious. So, okay. I'm
This is
really,
amazing.
this here. Oh, this is so much better than what I thought this was going to be, because I feel as though I'm learning so much. And this is what I know the show is going to do. So if it's doing me this way, and I got a big old mouth, honey, we're going to do everything that we can to support this and to make sure the word gets out so that
Thank you.
this sustains itself. So my darlings, my hat, if I had my wig on, honey, I'll tip my wig. Okay.
Don't worry, I'll take mine off for you. That's why I ain't on here.
I done took mine off.
I done took mine off. Let me show you.
Like
Baby.
prison. We need to stop playing.
Took it off, Meech. I had to take it off. That's why I ain't
Okay.
on the camera.
So ladies, so much for joining us. You guys go back to the rest of your evenings. For your families, thank your families for me for allowing me this time. Purpose, I know she's at work, honey. Thank your employees for being able to take out some time to come on through with us. Thank you, baby. I appreciate you. I'm looking forward to seeing more of you. And Anika was trying to get in, but her system wasn't working. But we'll talk to her another time. And I know you're watching, baby. So we got you here in spirit, Miss G.A. Finest. Okay. And we're going to make sure that these stories are heard. So, ladies and gentlemen, this is
Thank you so much.
Thank you
the
so much.
Before you
darling.
let them go real quick, I think we need to set up something because everybody in Georgia except me right now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So I think we need to set up maybe a live meet and greet.
Okay.
Have the team come out whenever it's feasible for all the ladies, and then shoot a little bit. Guess who on vacation finally?
Oh, stop. Okay. Hold on. Don't go nowhere. Let them go.
But let the ladies go.
Diamond got to get up in the morning. Yeah, Diamond got
to
get
I'm
up.
about
And everybody else trying to make it happen. Thank you, ladies.
So just keep us posted, and thank you so much for having me in the cast. And we just look forward to this happening and doing some work with you all to, collaborate and make things happen. Put some of those ideas and episode names to work there.
For sure.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Y'all have a great night.
You as well.
You too.
Darlings.
Hey, Meech, I
Thank
just want to
you.
say my condolences to you and your family for your loss, and
Yes.
for the families that, persons that have persons who are still inside. My brother is still inside as well. He gets out next year, but I've set him up for success. I've already set up his LLC and put it on the shelf. So we're going to have that conversation. Shout out to your co-host. I can't see your name, ma'am, from Philly.
It's Nikki.
Hi, Nikki. Nick.
Hi.
I look forward to meeting you soon, okay?
All right. Thank you, ladies, again.
All right.
Thank you.
Bye.
All right. Good night, ladies.
Right.
Love you, Queens.
Good night. Good
Bye.
night.
Honey, I love that. Oh, babies. When I tell y'all this is everything, y'all know how we cut. Y'all know how we damn cut, honey. When I tell y'all this is everything, I am so meaning it. I am so that way about it, honey. I'm Nick, girl.
Yes, baby.
I'm telling you. When I met, I told you I was ear hustling because one of the cast members, we were at Carly Red. We did a Carly Red day here. Okay.
Really?
Yeah, we did a Carly Red. we gave her a proclamation. She was donating computers and stuff to an organization and things. So we did a whole little thing, right?
What?
And so one of the cast members was there, okay? And I overheard her talking to someone else about what they were about.
Oh,
That's
okay.
how this came to be, because I'm like, oh, wait a minute, okay?
What?
And so that's how this all came to be, because I hadn't heard of it, of course. And so
yeah, when I saw the thumbnail, I was like, wait a minute.
Yeah.
I
So
said, that's
this
cute. Let me see what the hell is
honey,
going on.
when I'm telling you, and it took me a minute to, because I had spoke with April, boss queen, honey.
Okay.
I had spoke with her over the phone, and we were supposed to be getting together. And you know how I get, honey, when I'm all
Yeah.
over the place. I didn't get back with her, and well, I wasn't in the time to I didn't get back with her right away. And so then, just a couple of weeks ago, we just had another. We did a mental health thing here.
Okay.
And the cast was there.
Oh, wow.
Okay, they were there. And so that's how we all met face to face, for those who were there in Canada. So I met Gypsy, and I think.
Wait, is we having a technical difficulty? I can't. Shit. I can't. Shit. Okay, so I can hear me on the YouTube, but Meech. Okay, so I can hear me. But Meech, you look like you're frozen. If you're actually able to look at it on one of the other
There we
devices.
go.
Okay, here we go.
Yeah, it was swirling and doing this damn thing, honey. It's something, the connection gets a little bit that way. And I
remember.
Every time we alter something important, I go through this.
Every time.
Every time. Every fucking time.
That's been since years ago.
Right. Which lets me know that they're watching me. Okay. I can't put it no other way. They're watching me. Okay. So a lot of I'm just so thankful that I'm hearing this and listening to this. And I'm gonna tell y'all, Miss Gypsy, honey, Miss Gypsy has me over the rainbow, because her diction and her vocabulary,
oh my God,
is sending me over the rainbow, honey.
That vocabulary is very vast. And it's
and I'm listening to her, which says, she's been in a lot of corporate settings and carrying on, but she was dealing with finance. So, so her vocabulary is that way, and that turns me on, right? I'm like, talk, girl, talk. Okay. So, that is where Miss Diamond is my heart, honey, because she was when we first met, she was the first one to come up and give me a hug, and she is my heart, because I don't know what it is. I connected with her right away, and then it's spiritual. I'm gonna just say it's spiritual, because now with her sharing the little bit of her story that she just shared with me.
Yeah.
So I'm like, oh my God, I don't know if you heard her story, but that's why she said she relates to how.
I didn't hear it, or I might have to go back, because I had it on, but I had it cut down because I was trying to go to sleep. But I was like, as soon as they fall asleep, watch me jump in here.
Her story is, and this is just a little bit, she said, is much deeper than this. I said, no, save it for the show, honey. We want them to come and see the show.
We want them to see.
But it's just unbelievable. It's completely unbelievable. She's a victim.
But we never really get to hear it from the women's point of view. Every now and then, but not like that. Like,
girl,
it's always about the guys. They never talk about how the women are really affected.
I know. And her story,
when they do get to come home, they quiet. They just want to get on with their damn life.
Right.
So we don't always get to hear whatever they have been
whatever they had to do. Right.
Yeah.
Her story is similar to yours and mine. Of when she left our house to go get some milk for her 3-month-old, and didn't come home for 20 years. You hear me?
You lying. I know you better be lying.
Girl, and that touched me when she said that, because I got to think about my baby. I said my baby left out of my house, cake and an overnight bag, and my baby can't come home no more
Can't
because my
come home
baby ain't
no
here.
more.
You hear?
Exactly.
And child.
Oh
So
Lord.
just to hear her, and when you go back, I could repeat it, but I'm gonna let you go back and watch it, because you're gonna need a private moment. Okay,
Yeah.
you're just gonna need a moment. Um, and as I said, this is just the tip of the iceberg. So I'm so looking forward to this show,
Yeah.
so that we can really get into the meat of it. And that, as we've been going along, I'm like, okay, girl, that's a show title, that's a show topic, that's the show,
Right. Right.
okay, the director in me, honey.
Mhm.
Okay. On damn, they're trying to shape the show for them so that they can have
I was
content.
getting ready to say, do they need
Okay.
help?
They probably do, but we talk with April about that. Okay. And see what's on her team and how she's doing it.
Yeah.
Because but child, oh, what I'm floating right now, because I didn't know where this was going to go and how I was going to take it. I just said, Lord, I'm gonna put it in your hands, and just I like to be organic with it.
Right. Unless you.
And child, this went into areas, honey, that
Yeah,
wow,
I definitely gotta go back so I can
yeah,
hear
yeah.
what everybody was talking about. I was just like, this, when I was looking, I saw the thumbnails. I was like, I don't know what's going on, but sound like I need to be in there. And when I clicked it up a little bit, and I said, wait a damn minute.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
said, oh yes. I said, oh yeah, the twins sleep. Let me get my ass in here.
Okay, dig that.
You know what I'm saying? Just the thing about that, and like we've all talked about this before, how when one person goes away, how it affects everybody.
It affects everybody.
Because on one hand, the people at home might be mad because now you are a bill.
Yeah,
You done became a goddamn bill.
a bill.
And like I said, for Molly, who hasn't learned his lesson yet, you don't even have a right to be somebody's bill.
Uh-huh. How about that?
But yet it's still, I don't want you in there having to ask nobody else for shit.
How about
So the burden
say,
that you put on me is not fair.
right,
And I
right,
want you to know that.
right, right.
Here, take this little
Okay,
funky ass $40
right,
for people like that.
right.
And the
You
ones,
know,
like we said, who don't have no support. I can get mad at Molly, cuss Molly out, and then still send him some money.
right.
What about the mothers who might have to act like you mad at them, like you ain't sending no money because you mad at them, but your really reason is because you don't have it.
But you don't have any. Right, right.
And that's what I'm saying. They got all these
That,
other
oh,
organizations to raise money
child.
for this and raise money for that. And I feel like that would be a purposeful thing. Just what you said when you said just to be able to one time give somebody
Still
$50.
in that, yeah, girl.
And I feel
That
like
and
I
it's
feel like that's
still
something that could get done.
that is just that is just it's all over me. I'm
Mhm.
looking. I'm seeing it like it's glowing on me, like it's part of my aura.
You know how I knew that this was something? You know how we are. We empathic.
Yeah.
And I've been feeling things. First of all, I had somebody tell me the other day, I I'll tell you off the air about who I met.
Okay.
But met somebody, right? They work they do what I do, but they do it down there for a different
Uh-huh.
company. And
Okay.
well, not what I do, what Cole does, works on the ramp. And just asking questions about me and stuff, and I was showing him stuff and showing him all of us and what we do. And he said, I parked my car in the College Park parking lot, the MARTA station, to take my trip. He was going overseas to take a trip with his family and everything. And I said, when you go in the College Park and they say, welcome to College Park, and that wall all pretty and everything. He was like, yeah, I said, we did that. He
Right.
said,
Okay. Yeah.
what? He said, well, what else do you do? And I started sending them stuff. I sent them stuff, me, you, Red, everything. He said, then why are you not doing that? Because just in this little bit of time talking to you, That's where your heart at. Why you not doing it?
Uh-huh.
And I explained to him what happened and everything. He said, well, then fix it.
Oh.
I to explain to him exactly what happened to us with the house and everything. He said, you say you don't like it up there. I said, I don't. He said, fix it. Fix
Okay.
it. And it was that simple coming from somebody that I don't even know.
Boom. Girl, did you that wait. Is the profoundest how it just hit me. You see, I'm like, oh shit.
Well, exactly, right? So I'm sitting up here thinking how in the last 3-4 days, right? In this last past week,
Yeah.
my aunt died. Baja's dad is very sick.
Lord.
Molly's dad, Mikkel's motherfucking store burnt down.
Oh, wow.
He had just moved into this bigger space.
Oh,
You know, he
wow.
has his clothing line and all of that.
Yeah.
And I'm like, he was actually that day when the thing caught on fire, you know, it was tenants that lived over top of the store. He didn't own the building, so he's not liable for that stuff, but it's like his dream.
Yeah.
That same day, he was outside giving out free pretzels and stuff because, you know, he do all the little political stuff. Before the kids went back to school, they gave out book bags with the supplies and everything. And I said, I've watched this man come a long way. And for something like that to happen is crazy. But you know who wasn't upset? He wasn't. He said it ain't nothing. I was renting that store and everything in there I made with my hands. Those clothes I made with my hands. As long as I got helped everybody get out of there, I can go get another space. I said, you know what? I got people just preaching to me all over the damn place. And
Right. Okay, that's big. Okay, come on through.
Because I'm in there mad, like, oh shit, all your merchandise messed up, water damage, smoke damage. He said everything in there I made with my hands. All my actual equipment got out with no problems.
Okay.
All that other stuff is fine. I can remake that. He said I can wash the stuff that got the smoke inhalation and stuff. We can wash that and donate that.
Wow. And still get the tax write-off. How about that?
Come on.
Come on.
I said,
come on.
Okay, well, I think it's time. Like the man told me, fix it.
Fix it.
So I called Keisha. I said, Keisha, I said, what do we need to do to start one of those first-time homeowners programs? Because you know that's her specialty, teaching people that stuff. She started running it all down. I said, now wait a minute, don't overload me.
Right.
Because I want to be able to go step by step. You tell me what I need to do. I want to start that.
Right.
Then you guide me along the way. Then I had questions. I said, all right, I'm going to ask one question. I know I said don't overload me, but I'm going to ask one question. If more than one person wanted to buy a house together and you're doing first-time home buy, can you do that? She said, absolutely. I said, so if me, you, and Cole want to get a property together, we could do that. She said, yes, because that's 3 times the income.
Wow. Okay.
So then I had to go on and say, Cole, do you want to go back home or do you want to stay up here? Because for the first year or two, you know, you got to stay wherever it is. The property.
Right.
She said, what do you want to do? I said, child, you already know I hate it here. Please, I don't even know why you went. So it's time to make some motion. I'm sitting up here feeling like even little stuff like going to the games and networking and going to the events and just doing stuff out in the community. And I ain't doing that up here because I hate it here.
I know. I wish I were here because next Saturday I've been asked to do to be the media coverage for this little program. And I was like, damn, my people in Florida, in Philly.
Well, wait a minute.
Yeah.
Because I don't have to go back to work until the 18th. The 19th.
Well, this is on the 16th. Saturday, next Saturday.
Okay, we'll talk off the air. Because I had planned on coming down for at least to spend the night to come and see you.
Oh, well, shit. Okay.
So.
Okay. Oh, and you know, Red's birthday is the 17th.
Oh, Lord. Look.
And they just got a new house, bitch. They are homeowners now.
I hear that. See, that's what
they are homeowners, and they moved. They're in Conyers now. I'm in Covington.
Covington. Okay.
in Covington.
All right. See,
Okay, I'm so proud. Child, listen,
I am
and
very
I
proud of
told
it.
him, I said, I know you up to something because you're quiet, and
Mhm.
and that's cool. Yeah, I don't need to know. I just know you up to something.
Right.
You told me they closed, girl. I said, look here. He called me. I said, is this a homeowner that I'm speaking with, please?
Meech, I felt the same way when my sister. Wait a minute. Now my baby sis done moved to Dover, Delaware.
Oh,
First of all, we was damn near Maryland to get there, right?
okay.
But when I tell you, the first time that everybody had been there, been there, been there, I said, Chrissy, your house far as hell. But this summer, it was my nephew's birthday. And she said, you can't not come. Me, Keisha, Cole, Lily, we all went over there. You know that damn Lily. All Lily had to hear was pool.
Uh-huh.
In-ground pool. Honey, she was in that thing from the time we pulled up till we had to make her get out when it was time to leave.
Have mercy.
But the house was so beautiful. Your niece is on there telling my son, we was all in our Chrissy room spraying all her expensive perfume. I said, I'm tell my sister y'all in her shit.
Okay.
Cole told me something. She had YSL up there. I said, bitch, you got Burberry on.
How about that? Okay, right.
They said it always smells better when it's somebody else's.
Yes, because it does, because you ain't paid for it.
You ain't paid for it. But there are so many things happening around us. Ricardo, I looked online the other day. This fool, little baby brother got a live show now.
Yeah, yeah.
And I'm
Yeah, I
like,
just saw that. I did, yeah, because what did he do? He did something. Is he a full station or something? He did something. I was like, oh, go, baby.
I
Yeah.
haven't talked to him. I just always congratulate him on every hurdle that he, jumps over.
Uh-huh.
And when I seen it, I said, well, looky.
Right.
Said,
Right.
look at what's going on. And I had to sit here with myself and say, girl, what the hell you doing?
Right.
Like I had to cuss Molly out the other day, just about the twins. Hey, I can't keep turning my life upside down because y'all can't get y'all shit together.
Right. That part. Okay.
That's not even fair for me.
Right.
Like, we talk about people who, in our generation, Meech, some of us, the grandparents had to take care of us because mommy and daddy might have either been working too hard or they done got on the drugs or they just in the street or whatever.
Right.
And I had to say to him and that girl, I don't have no damn grandparent guilt because I've raised all my fucking kids and I did the right thing.
How about
I've
that?
raised my kids. I didn't run the street. I didn't do no drugs. I wasn't on no alcohol. I wasn't this man, that man. I didn't do any of that.
Right.
I was there. And made sure I worked hard at the job that I had to be able to move up so that I can make my own schedule to be at every goddamn thing.
Right.
I don't have grandparents' guilt. So stop trying to give it to me. Making me feel like I got to raise some damn kids. Who?
Hello? The cheer.
Okay.
The cheer.
If I choose to do something, that's what I choose to do. But don't you ever in your life make it seem like that's my job.
And there we have it. Okay.
I did my job with the ones I laid down to open up my goddamn legs to have.
Oops.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh. Let me give y'all Atlanta Dream fans something. Well, for us, close Dream fans. Y'all remember Courtney Williams, right?
Yes. Yeah. Oh, child.
Y'all know that was my baby. I promised her that day on that floor that I was her auntie for life. Baby, Minnesota is the team that she's on. New York Liberty, they are head to head for the finals right now.
Yes,
the first game, baby.
Yes.
Courtney tore their ass as a new one last night.
Okay.
First game, Minnesota on the first one, honey. Baby.
Okay, okay. Okay.
I forget which team Tiffany played for now, but I know we was in here watching one day and somebody pushed her on the floor. If y'all would have seen me and Cole, y'all would have thought we was in that stadium. We jumped up and said, bitch!
I can hear you too.
I
hear you.
I see what's like.
I hear you.
I said, I know the fuck. Child. But yeah, so for anybody that was a fan of Courtney Williams. She is now on the Minnesota. I don't know what they're called, but they're the equivalent to the Timberwolves of the NBA team. And what I'm loving about the WNBA now is, remember when we said this before, Meech, a long time ago? If the NBA players supported the WNBA players, more people would come.
People will come, yeah.
Guess what? You go to them games now, Spike Lee's there, Whoopi Goldberg's there,
Right.
Steph Curry there. People are coming to see them now.
Yeah, yeah.
And I'm so happy for it, because those girls ball just as hard as the boys.
As the boys, if not harder.
If not harder.
Cases, because, you know, because that's what it is. They have to.
So I am very proud of everything that they're doing. I really am. I want to throw that in there so we can get off the, the serious stuff. Was in here getting in my feelings. But that's my word for y'all. The man told me just fix it.
Fix it. Girl, okay. Fix it. Okay. Well.
So now I'm in the process of getting my head right. Right. I'm about to start you know what I love? When the young lady said, I wrote everything down. And remember, that's how we was. Wrote everything.
Right. You know
I got away from that, and that's the problem. That's the problem. I've been in here. Yes, I'm praying. I'm making offerings, and I'm talking to Yamaya and Oshun every day. And when I tell you I'm making offerings.
Okay. Come on.
On my altar, there are offerings. Like, I remember when I first started this, and I said, I want this to be for something big. This is money that we do not touch. I don't give a damn if you put 50 cents or you put $1 in there, Cole. I don't care if you don't have it. Put a piece of candy or a piece of fruit up there. I don't care what you're doing. I don't even know how much money in there. And I ain't going to check no time soon either.
Okay. For what? Okay.
And I'm not. But I remember saying, these offerings I'm making to you all with the intent of it being returned to us for something big. Right. So Cole told me one day, I said, oh God, I forget what it was. We ain't had no gas money, we ain't had nothing. I said, now listen, I listened to a story before when somebody took some money from the offering, they promised to put it back, and then they didn't put it back, and then all this bad shit started happening to them.
Okay, hello.
Child, Cole said, Mom, I took $40 out of there, I put 60 back. I said, I won't do it.
And that's where it is.
That's where it is. Talking about.
That's where it is.
He said, I did. She said, I prayed, and I said, I'm only doing this because I really, really need to, but I promise I will put it back in more. She said, Mom, I took 40, I put back 60. I said, and that's what I'm talking about. You got to be intentional and keep to your word.
Right.
Think about little simple stuff that we may not keep to our word about, how that can affect life.
I know.
Because you spoke it.
Those are our examples right there. Mm-hmm. How we don't stay true to ourselves. And I have to kick my own ass and stuff in the ass, because we could do for others, but we don't do ourselves the same way.
Exactly.
We do not give ourselves that same promise. We do not give ourselves that same oomph. We do not do that for ourselves. Mm-hmm. And one of the things that I've got to take into consideration and really, 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 really knuckle down on is, what is the tradition teaches us? Whatever you do to the least of them, you have done it unto me. Mm-hmm. So, honey, if you do it to yourself and you're the only one there, you are the least. So that means you've done it unto God too. Okay. Mm-hmm. And that there is where all of this is. We have got to start treating ourselves like we are people too. We are the person too. We're people too. And that's what we keep forgetting. We keep forgetting that. And when we start to jump on that and acknowledge that and bring that into the fold and bring that into all that we say that we are, honey, we'll be a better off people.
Be a better, yes.
We'll stop making we'll stop breaking promises to ourselves. Yeah. We'll promise ourselves something, but because it's us, it's just us, and we'll throw it off that way. But no, we've got to stop promising ourselves, because y'all don't like to hear this, but when we promise ourselves, we promise in God. And when we break that promise, come on now. When we promise
Ooh,
ourselves, we're promising God. And when we break that promise to ourselves, we broke that promise to
promise
God.
to God.
Okay.
I thought about when I was talking about and showing that person all the stuff that we do and what we love to do when it comes to film and just being in entertainment and everything. And I said, remember how mad we was about that award that I had got? I said, but even
Yeah.
though I was mad about
I
the
was just
work,
thinking about it the other day.
or say even though I was mad
I was
about
just thinking
the
about it.
actual award, you still can't take that accomplishment from that accolade from me. And I
Right.
had to say, bitch, you won Best Director
Right.
2019. And what the fuck?
Right.
You ain't directing shit, not even traffic. What the hell?
Boom.
What did you work so hard for? What did we work to get them good ass grades we got for in
I
school?
know. I know. Right. Okay.
And I'm like, I had it makes me so mad that we're not involved in stuff. And maybe until I can come back home, I gotta give myself that push to say, okay, well, you hate being here. What you gonna do to change why you hate being here?
Oh, how about that?
You know,
Okay.
I've been asking myself them questions. What's the change you gonna make? You ain't had no problem changing it, being a part of the change somewhere else.
Ooh. Okay.
And just talk. It's the Gemini in me. I get to talk to that other bitch sometimes,
How about it?
and sometimes
Good
she tells
Lord.
me to fuck off. Sorry, y'all. Sometimes
But
she got to set me straight.
well, listen, and yeah, because we have to do that. We have to, because that's when you get real with yourself.
Yeah.
Folks don't, I told y'all, folks don't understand when I gotta sit up there and I slap my own.
Uh-oh, he must be twirling. I know you still there. Uh-oh, he must be twirling. I know you still there. Connect back. Let God do what he wants you. I'm gonna tell y'all what that means in a second. Connect back. Let God do what he wants you. I'm gonna tell y'all what that means in a second. So until Meech swirls back around, y'all. I know
There
y'all.
we go.
There we go. Look, did you hear what I said?
Yeah.
I said, let God do what he wants here. So
Okay.
so listen, remember the little thing in Harry Potter where the little girl said, and God love your soul, or whatever the hell she was saying.
Okay.
Cole was doing that the other day, and somehow let God do what he wants here came out. Right? And whatever she was talking about happened like right away. I said, okay, well that's what we rocking with. That's what
Okay.
we rocking with. Let God do what he wants here.
Okay. How about that?
So, I guess that's the word. We had to we gotta be the change we wanna see.
That's it.
We gotta be the change that we wanna see.
That we want to see. Yeah. That's
Damn,
it. All day.
that's it.
All day. All day.
Wow. That's the word.
All day.
That's a damn word. So I know tomorrow I will be calling. What time you got work tomorrow?
I don't. Tomorrow's Saturday. I'm off on Fridays and Saturdays.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and that's because of the show. Because that's when
Yeah.
usually I do the shows. But what's been going on is that I've only been doing like one day a week.
Mm-hmm.
Because the other day I'm all over the place. Now for the last 2 weeks I didn't do anything. Last week I went home.
Yeah, I saw you.
Last week I was at home, and so we had to do this week. I don't know if you heard the story. I'm gonna save that. No, I'm gonna let you go back when you go on the autoplay. Make sure you catch me in the beginning.
Okay.
So,
All right.
cause you gonna holler. I would just say it's an old brilliant moment, honey. Old brilliant showed up.
Oh, okay.
Old brilliant, honey. That bitch. Old brilliant. Okay.
Get on my
Okay.
nerve.
She gets on my motherfucking nerve too, honey. But okay.
Yeah, because sometimes we got to get knocked upside the head. It's okay.
um, But so yeah, so now we are here. We're in the final quarter of the year. Okay, and almost halfway through the month already.
Right.
Okay. So with that, we're just preparing for a 2025, what it wants to look like. I'm about to start going over 2024.
Mm-hmm.
And look at my 2024, and I think our greatest accomplishment for this year has been WTEA radio, of getting the radio station up
Yeah.
and running. Okay, that's been our greatest accomplishment. We have smaller little victories and carrying on. I do have a new house guest. I need to shout him out, Mr. Marvin. Marvin's here, and
Hey,
honey,
Mr. Marvin.
he is doing his thing. I think he's asleep over there now.
Okay.
But he's been a blessing already, child, because he's helping me get this 700 square foot apartment looking like something.
Won't it? Let God do what He wants
Let
here.
chill. Let God do what He wants. Chill. Chill. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So we're in the process of that. I'm still in prayer mode. Oh, you know what? Go check out my car chronicles. If you have not been following, go to my YouTube page, everybody, and look at the College Park Car Chronicles.
Oh.
It's going to be up under. I made it a podcast because it's becoming its own thing.
Oh.
Wow. Honey, the kids in College Park are living for it, Chad. So
Okay.
it's becoming its own thing. I am in prayer and carrying on because I told you the kids are in my ear about running for city council next year.
Yes, and I will be one of those people buzzing right with you. Hey, Buck.
Okay. So we have that going on, and yeah, but check out the Car Chronicles and you'll see what's going on. In fact, I got to upload 2 more episodes that I just recently did. And yeah, so that's what's going on here, girl. That's what's happening. And
I'm trying, y'all. Let me stop saying that.
No,
because if y'all, I'm just gonna do this because if y'all see like me say, she don't even be on the damn. I don't even post. That's how either I'm working or I'm just that damn tired. But I have to because there's so many things I have in my head that I want to do, and it's just I just got to do it. I just got to do it. Your niece just walked in the door.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hey. Y'all know what it is. Okay.
What it is. We missed you. I told him I think I'm gonna fly down there just for one day so I can see my brother. I miss him so much. She told me they ain't picked none of her days up. I'm on vacation. I don't know what the hell she talking about, y'all.
Okay.
I'm coming to see my goddamn brother. What y'all talking about? Lucky we ain't had this mishap with the twins. I probably would have already been there. Because my vacation actually starts tomorrow. Well, today's what, Friday? It started today. Because our vacation, it winds up being 9 days. Because it starts off with the 2 days that you're off. And then it ends with the 2 days that you off. Oh, so you have the whole 5 days, but the 4 days that you were off makes it be a total of 9 days.
Oh, that's hot.
Yeah. So I'll have to go back to the 8th. Yeah. And we get 4 of those a year. So, next year, that's my promise to myself as well, that I will be doing an actual vacation.
Okay.
Vacation, my ass. I think I'm going to do my first one in January, and I'm going somewhere to get to some water.
Okay, right.
Mama Wata, Yamiya has been calling for me. So,
okay.
I need to do that. Guess what I told Uncle Meech? Let God do what He wants here. Yeah, I told him exactly what I told him when you. She said, "I don't know what they saying," so that's her version. Look, Shadow ain't been out all this time. What they want, chia. Mm-hmm. So I don't know how long you been on the air.
We have been doing this now for 2 hours and 41 minutes and counting. Wait a minute, I have a question. Oh, here we go.
Oh, what's the question?
Wait a minute. Could I interest y'all in starting an additional station for our talk content?
Radio or Radio or live?
Let's talk. Let's flush that out, Buck, because I want to see where you want to go with that.
Yeah, then let me
Okay.
know.
I want to see where you go with that because what could happen is that, well, we'll talk. I said talk
Yeah,
off the
because
air.
I still have to bring Let's Talk with Aunt Nikki to the radio station. And
Okay.
yes, radio. So I want to bring Let's Talk with Aunt Nikki to the radio station. So
Okay. So yeah.
I've
So okay.
neglected her.
Okay. Let's put that into put that over in the development category and see
Okay.
what comes up out of that because because right now over here at WTEA I don't know how to go live just yet. So wait a minute, that was a cute little shot, bitch. You look cute today. Hey.
Look at him. He looking at himself.
Bitch,
Wait,
okay, that was a cute little shot.
not the good pose.
Okay.
Wait. And wait, and I'm looking at it
That
live
was
with us right
cute.
here, but I'm looking at it on the TV too. So you get on my nerves. Not the good one. Yes, come on, debonair.
Right. That was hot. Hit me Monday afternoon. There would be room for all
Okay.
that. Okay.
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 I still have to learn the lay of the land when it comes to the radio part anyway. So I need some lessons.
Okay. We'll do all that. So here, let's let these folks go. Stay on here, Nick, and we'll talk in
Okay.
a minute.
Okay.
Let's let these children go and get into
Okay.
their day because it is Friday, and we
Mm-hmm.
are about 10 minutes from the witching hour, and maybe sooner because I think my computer it is my
I
time on
have
my computer.
11:52.
Yeah, I'm 11:48 on my computer, so I'm
Okay.
about 4 minutes behind. So
Okay.
yeah, we're closer to the witching hour than I want to get than it is. So you
Yeah.
guys get ready. If you guys are going out and about into the town because it is Friday evening, take care of yourself. For those of you who are here in Atlanta, y'all know this is Pride Weekend. This is Georgia Pride Weekend
Oh, it's Pride
down
Weekend
here.
in Georgia, Cole.
Yeah,
Yeah, girl,
and
you already at a gay parade.
okay, yeah, the
So,
parade is Sunday and carrying on. We got two festivals in College Park. We got the College Park Fest. Wanye Morris's kids, they call themselves Juan Moore.
one more. Mm-hmm. I've
Okay,
met them. They're beautiful.
he done named
They,
all them kids after him. Child
he
trying to be
did
George
like
Foreman.
George Foreman. That's what I
Done named
said.
all them
Listen,
goddamn
they was
kids
at our
after
ticket
him.
counter. I said, now tell your daddy, because your daddy know us. I said, tell me he need his ass whooped. Okay.
Okay.
They start laughing. Oh my God,
Oh, okay.
they
Go.
are wonderful kids. They are
Wait a
wonderful.
minute. Okay, I can
Yes.
discuss it now. You send the link. Go on the YouTube page, Buck. It's in the YouTube.
Yeah, go on the YouTube thing, and then we'll talk after we let the people go. Let my people go.
Okay.
Yes, and for anybody in Philly watching, you guys, these streets are already dangerous enough. Please mind yourself. Be careful. Watch your surroundings. Please watch your surroundings. Be aware of everything that's going on around you. These streets is not playing with us. These kids are not kids no more. You know,
The kids ain't kids no more. Huh? The
they ain't
people ain't
kids no
people, and the
more.
kids ain't kidding. Okay.
The kids ain't kidding, honey. They not. So please be aware of your surroundings. You know, take it easy. Be safe out there. Don't be out. I mean, I know y'all gonna be drinking and driving. Please don't. I wish you wouldn't. But call an Uber. Damn it. that's
Okay.
that's my thing for y'all tonight. Call an Uber and
Right.
fix it.
Okay. Shit. Get on the damn train. Shit. Fuck it.
Right. Something.
Okay. And carrying on. So all right, y'all. We're gonna let y'all go and go do your thing out there and carrying on, okay? Thank you for your time and consideration for us this evening. Again, that's called the Queenables. Go like them on Instagram. Go like them on TikTok under the Queenables, honey. That's all in, okay? And go and subscribe to that Facebook page. Wait a minute. Hold on. I don't want to get gone. Buck was just in here, but it says his device is not connected. But go back out and come back in. There we go. Okay. So go do that, and then we will. I'm telling y'all, we in for a treat, and y'all got a little gist of it here. So we got to see how the show unfolds, how it's yes, Chad. This is going to be a little bit of everything. So okay, I'm not going to sing out like I usually do, but just know I love you guys, honey. If you love us like you say you do, honey, tell all your friends to come on up in here to like, subscribe, and to share on all the platforms, honey. If you hate us and you think we neck rolling, whatever the case may be, you can tell all of your motherfucking enemies to come up in here and to like, subscribe, and to share. But do know this, that everything that we're doing over here, we are three the hard way, the syndicate, baby. Everything that we're doing over here in any way, shape, style, form, and or fashion will move forward. So on that note, honey, we're going to let you guys go. We're going to say, okay.
All right.
You may finish all of your crumpets because the tea has been dished, and you've been dishing tea, darlings, with Big Meat and Aunt Nikki, honey. How about that? Haven't
Hey.
seen that in a while. Okay.
Y'all have a wonderful night. Fix it.
Fix it, damn it.